And the biggest part about it too is that it feels like we're stretching ourselves too thin at the same time because it's like, I spent a year of my life in Bagram, almost died there a couple times, and then to find out that we just like handed it over. Like my
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
Shack is still there. Like the Taliban has my Jack Shack, and I want it back.
You're listening to the Art and More podcast with your hosts, Nathan and BR. Nathan is a Canadian illustrator with a couple years of military experience, and BR is a British anarchist that moved to the States. Both are passionate shooters and community builders. Together, they run the Seaburn art page. Enjoy the show.
It's always the best ones where I like we're talking to someone, but I have no idea how the conversation's gonna go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Art and War podcast. I'm BR, and I'm joined by my co-host Nathan.
Hello.
And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Jorge Nunez, aka Mr. Broperator.
Yeah, you've been on the show a couple times. I remember.
Did he?
I mean,
Was
like at
he?
least the once.
Once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once. The
God, like
soccer.
episode like 4. Oh, the soccer episode.
Soccer episode. Yeah,
I am
Anna.
so. As the man with the analytics, and I will formally apologize to yourself and Mitch before I say this.
I did terrible.
That is our worst rated episode of the entire show, and we have episodes where Nathan and Irish Lucas just talk about movies for like 2 hours, and they do better.
Oh fuck! So it was
I
basically
like
a second
movies.
of
Okay,
communism.
this podcast is for me. It is entirely my indulgence of. I'll talk about fucking
Hey.
Oppenheimer.
I
Sorry, continue.
was super. Actually, the Barbie Oppenheimer one actually did very well. But I'm really glad that you guys got to engage in talking about your niche.
But
interest.
nobody gave a fuck.
No one
Yeah.
gave a fuck, bud. No one
But
gave a
still,
fuck.
Yeah.
it's important that we enjoy it. Fuck everybody else.
Yeah,
Kidding.
there you
I'm
go.
kidding. I
You
I
hear
love
that,
you.
listeners? All right. So anyway, Jorge here. He is a great videographer and photographer in the guns and gear industry. You're like many of our guests and friends. You're just one of those people who's lived like 6 different weird lives in
Yeah.
one. So it's really hard to kind of like just summarize you without cheating you of all the other shit you've been up to. Did the army thing.
Yeah.
Where do we even start, dude? I mean, we're gonna talk about Venezuela, but I don't really know how you have some kind of story
connection.
there.
It's
Like-
super interesting, and I don't know if you want to lead with that.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if that's something you want to talk about on air.
like
and I
you,
respect it not.
you'll note the name and like the slight accent, and yet
Yeah.
he's not Venezuelan. So I don't know where do we start, Jorge?
Fuck. Okay. Well, I got to talk about some kidnapping, right? Because it involves
What the fuck?
I told
international,
you it's interesting.
Okay.
international child. What is it? Abduction. That's what it is. That's what my father said. So, long story short, so my family is actually from Europe. So, like, I am 54% Spanish and Portuguese, like Jorge Nunez. And my other half of the family is Italian, right? Now, here's the interesting part. My Italian side of the family served under Mussolini. So, yeah, I come from a line of like fascists, right? Like proper fascism. And after World War II, the Germans went to Argentina, and then the Italians went to like north of South America, like Venezuela and stuff like that.
Huh.
So my grandpa Angelo, he moves to Venezuela with his French wife. She's from Monaco or whatever, like super rich lady. And I'm not gonna lie, Venezuela in the 60s apparently was like after World War II, Venezuela was like a tropical paradise, because I see all the pictures and it pisses me off because my experience was completely different. So my mom is actually born in Venezuela, which is hilarious because it's like she's born there, but again, first generation born there. We really have no connection to the land. Now, here's where it gets interesting. My dad is from Uruguay, right? So he's from like families from Spain, Portugal. Then they immigrated to Uruguay. So we got a Uruguayan and a Venezuelan, but not really. They get married, and then my dad became a diplomat. So then he moves to DC, gets a job in the international.
BC, like British Columbia?
No, like Washington, DC. He was like a
evil
diplomat.
Oh, DC. Sorry,
Yeah, the shit show.
I'm deaf and retarded.
And I'm born in Fairfax, Virginia. So this is when it gets interesting, because a year into me just being out and about, just trying to figure out being a human, they fucking apparently the story is that he was abusing her, according to what my mom said. Then my mom said no, he was cheating on me or whatever the fuck. So she just fucking grabs a passport application for a baby and falsifies his signature and commits what's known as international child abduction.
Oh
Holy
no.
shit.
Yeah, so she essentially kidnaps me. I would like to think that I'm like the first like Amber Alert that ever existed before it actually started as a thing. Maybe they were like, "That's the guy," like let's start this program. But no, she fucking puts me on a plane and takes me. And this actually started like a big international incident between three different countries, because my dad he was a diplomat, so he was pulling like some weight with the Department of State, and they were trying to contact the consulate of Venezuela, and then her family was lying and saying that we were in southern Italy,
Oh.
so they couldn't fucking find us, right? So here's where it gets fucked up, because I lived in Venezuela for 18 years, and why I have strong opinions on illegal immigration. I, as an American citizen with Social Security, got stuck in Venezuela because, according to the American embassy, they were like, okay, well, your mother is Venezuelan, even though you're an American citizen. In order for you to leave Venezuela to go to the United States as an American citizen, you need to have your Venezuelan passport. And I was like, how do I say this in French? I don't fucking want that, right? Just give me my American passport so I can leave the fucking place as an American citizen, which I am. And they were like, no, get the Venezuelan passport. So I go and try to get the Venezuelan passport, and they tell me, you can't get it without your father's authorization. And that's how I got stuck there for 18 fucking years.
Oh my god.
Man,
Yeah,
that sucks.
So,
Caracas.
so like, what ages, like, between when and when were you in Venezuela?
So that was 1991 was when she kidnapped me and took me there, and I left in 2009 because I just got sick of the shit. Got my passport, saved up a bunch of money, and then just got on a plane and left on my own.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it
That
was silly.
that is a wild start to life.
Yeah, yeah, it didn't set me up for success, but I will say the first 8 years were cool because I went to an Italian school, high school. That was my first language.
Hmm.
It's incredible how Venezuela is in general as a nation of immigrants, because down there, how do I say this without sounding like a dickhead? But Venezuelans kind of don't give a shit about their country in a way. Like
Hmm.
like their patriotism is very like superficial, very shallow. Like they'll fly their flag in New York, like in Times Square. They'll fly their flag and be like, "Well, I'm so fucking proud to be Venezuelan." It's like, okay, well, go back to your country and die for it, then, dickhead. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of like us, like European descendant people, where like we go to like high school. That's our first language, and everybody's just like tribalist in a way, which is why I think that's one of the reasons why Chavez succeeded at fucking doing what he did, because he just like took over randomly and just he just took over, and like the sense of national identity, it's something that Venezuelans actually don't have. Like motherfuckers were rooting for Brazil when it came to the World Cup. Like
Which,
I
Really?
big deal, big deal.
it's fair, like, okay, the Venezuelan team fucking sucks, but like I remember this is kind of funny because the Ronaldo Nazario, the Ronaldo R9, he was doing a friendly in
I,
Venezuela.
Cristiano Ronaldo? There's
No,
more one Ronaldo. I don't know soccer.
there's another one, yeah, and there's Ronaldinho, but no, we're gonna get Mitch in here.
He'd be so
No,
mad.
you know what's funny? The Venezuelan reporter was like, "How do you feel about Venezuela supporting Brazil in the fucking World Cup or whatever?" And Ronaldo just gave him that look of like, "Why though? What? Like Venezuela supports us? Don't you guys have a fucking team?" And it was like very like condescending, but he was right. It's like, why are you trying to attach yourself to a team from a different country when yours is dog shit? And that kind of like it exemplifies what the big issue with like national identity is for
Just
Venezuelans, is that,
completely hollow.
dude, so superficial. It's all about the food, the women. But yeah, it's all very like superficial, which is why when someone took over like Chavez and was like, oh, hey, by the way, this is what Venezuela is supposed to be, everybody was like, all right. They just fucking went with it.
Hmm.
So it was very, very interesting, because at least here, and this is how it used to be, at least in my head, like you have Italian descendants in New York, but it's like they still rally under the American flag, right? Like we're all Italian, and like we have our thing and we talk like this, whatever. But still, you're still an American, right? Whereas down there, it's like no, like Italy won the World Cup in 2006. There was a parade. of Italians just celebrating, and it's like, wow, okay, well, I'm happy because I'm Italian, but at the same time, it's like, why though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting culture, which there's parallels between the U.S. and Venezuela because the U.S. was ruled by the British Empire, and Venezuela was actually ruled by the Spanish Empire. So both actually had their roots in freeing themselves off of those empires. The biggest difference is that our founding fathers were smart enough to establish the Second Amendment and everything that went with
Yeah.
it, whereas
Citizen centric.
they fucking didn't, right? So that's why when Chavez took over, it was like, yeah, I guess we voted for this fat Obama, and like he just all of a sudden he took off the suit and put on like the military fatigues and started talking like Fidel Castro, and everybody was like, whoa, that's new, but it
I
nobody
guess
really
that's our
batted an eye.
leadership. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, dude, it was wild because I don't know. You tell me what you want me to talk about Venezuela in general, but it was a shit show of an experience.
I like how
Yeah.
we went from like we'll get into your origin story and then we'll
Yeah.
get to Venezuela, and the origin story kind of started there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's I think I don't know shit about Venezuela. I think most Americans probably can't point to it on a map. They would point to the right part of the world, but
Right.
probably couldn't point out which chunk of land in South America. If you took all the
Yeah.
names off
That's a
of it,
pretty low bar, in fairness.
no, for sure. Like my geography
Yeah.
is not great. It's not bad. It's pretty bad for a European, but it's
Yeah.
it's not bad. But I think a lot of people would struggle to know where it is, and then I think what most people clicking on this episode are gonna be curious about is like how do we go from much like Iraq or anywhere else in the world? It's like why are we looking at going to war with these people? Like
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't want to get too big picture and away from you, but I do think it's going to be something people are interested in because it's suddenly very topical. We just seized an oil tanker coming out of
Yeah.
Venezuela.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
didn't
get
see
all
that
my
shit?
news from Instagram and our Discord. I don't actually.
There you go.
I did not
Hey,
actually know that.
it's
That's
reliable.
latest. I think it
Yeah.
was Coast Guard that took it or something. It
But
wasn't.
it was international waters, right? So it's still it's not like we're doing Title 50 stuff in their country yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's like we're just flirting with that shit. And so
Yeah.
um I think one a lot of people are like gonna be forced to start to learn about Venezuela because they're like,
Right.
I don't know why the fuck we're going to war with these people. It's not even like we had like a big attack. The whole theory is that it's narco terrorism that we're combating, right? Like we
Right.
bombed some fishing boats slash maybe like people
Yeah.
sending drugs our way, which eventually
Right.
makes people do a fent lean until they die.
Yeah.
And,
Which
and like
ironically, I don't think a lot of Fent comes from Venezuela
no,
necessarily.
no, it does not.
Like Fent's a lot of like Chinese laboratories coming up through Mexico,
Right.
if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah,
And
if
that's the
anything,
biggest point right there that you're bringing up. It's like if we're concerned about narco terrorism all of a sudden, there's a really big narco state that's really fucking close to us that we probably should deal with right now. And instead we're doing that, which I got to quote one of my buddies. He works for the agency and he does all this fucking crazy shit. But he said something that really, like, when he was running for office, he said, "We allowed a country in our own hemisphere succumb and fall under communism and socialism right under our nose."
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where like we had an issue with Cuba around that time when I think it was like Bay of Pigs or whatever, like around that time, like
Yeah.
the Venezuela is only like a 5 hour trip from Caracas to fucking Texas, right? So that's a great place for Iran, Russia, like geopolitically speaking, like from a like geographic perspective, it's a hub that
yeah,
we do have a massive interest, but it should have been political. It should have been economic. It should not be like, let's go waste one of our best generations in the GWAT in the Middle East fucking chasing oil. And the thing that never made sense to me, it's like, you know how much fucking oil Venezuela has?
well, it seems the State Department and Department of War certainly knows how much oil is in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like it blows my mind that they figured that shit out now when it's like I would have much rather instead of going to Bagram, I would have loved to go to I don't know Los Roques or Margarita, which is a really nice island, have some empanadas, and then go get your oil, bro. And the women there, like it would have been such a much better warfighting experience for us at the time. Like let's connect 9/11 to Venezuela somehow. Let's just connect it. But they couldn't make the parallels, so Israel gave us bad intel and we ended up there. But whatever. But yeah, it's I can't put the two and two together now because at this point our government has like gone so fucking out of control. Like the Title 50 hit with Iran, it still blows my mind because it's like, okay, dude, you just decided to just hit this like nuclear power, whatever, like, and you just decided to do it without congressional approval. Which, for people that don't know, Title 50 is like the kind of shit that we do in countries where we don't have like authorization from the green nation. There, like you know, like we're the blue nation, they're the green nation. Like Pakistan when we went to kill Bin Laden allegedly. Um, like that's one of those things. Like it really it blew my mind that we went and did that at GWAT rather than holy fuck, Chavez is taking us to taking the southern hemisphere in connection with Cuba. It was the biggest connection with Cuba with him and Fidel, and not only that, but then it started developing with Russia, and like they would like Cuba would exchange medics and personnel that they would bring to the barrios. Like Chavez was genius when it came to rallying the lower class to vote for him. And this is what people will tell you, Venezuelans will tell us, like, no, the fucking elections were rigged and blah blah blah. It's like, no, they weren't. The very first ones weren't, because he dressed up like Obama, was walking around being all political. And actually, do you guys know the backstory of fucking Chavez?
No,
I don't know a
actually.
fucking thing. I am
Yeah,
aware of the man.
I am learning
but-
more about all of this than I've ever known.
Hey guys, we're taking a quick break to talk about staying sharp and protected in any temperature extreme with our newest supporter of the show, Core Performance, the experts in thermoregulation gear. Core Performance provide cooling, heating, and hydration solutions that seamlessly integrate with your kit, whether you're rocking a plate carrier, chest rig, heavy pack, or just hitting the trail for a hike or run. Their ice plate and ice flask are game changers. Wearable water bottles you fill with drinkable water, freeze overnight for cooling, or fill with warm water for heating. These are worn against your back or on your flanks and keep you cool during intense range sessions, competition shooting, or field work, protecting against heat exhaustion. Or, alternatively, keeping you warm when static in the freezing cold, guarding against hypothermia. As it melts, you stay refreshed with ice-cold drinking water, or provides you with warm water in the extreme cold. Even without the thermal benefits, Ice Plate and Ice Flask are rugged hydration solutions built for those, like myself, who have popped soft bladders. They take the water you're already carrying and give it dual purpose to help you overcome extreme temperatures and stay effective when others are focused on survival. I've been using Core Performance since 2022 to conquer Arizona's heat and train year-round in the Southwest. I've been a fanboy for a long time. Nathan and Phil also rock this stuff. I think Core's equipment is seriously differential from most offerings in the gear world, and now they're supporting the show. Aside from Ice Plate and Ice Flask, they also make an excellent ultralight hydrophobic plate carrier, which I run, the Ice Plate Exo Gen 3, and have ventilated padding called Ice Vents, which don't trap heat and sweat like legacy foam padding. Check out coreperformance.com and use code ARTandWar10 for 10% off. Every purchase with our code supports the show. Links are in the description and are link free. Thanks for listening. Now let's get back to the show.
Which I like to think that I'm like historically, more educated than the average bear, but I'm starting to realize that's a fantasy. I'm actually retarded.
It's unfair because I lived there, so I kind of had to like kind of saw the whole thing, right? But like, so Chavez was like a colonel in the Venezuelan army, which doesn't really mean much. But the dude in 1991 or 1992 led a coup with fucking what are these like vehicles? I'm fucking spacing out. It's not a Bradley, it's the other one. Nathan, help me out. What's
Emirates.
yeah, the one with the big wheels and they're like amphibious or
Oh,
whatever.
APCs and shit? I don't know.
Yeah, so he put together a coup and tried to get through. I don't know if it was like the Supreme Court or the fucking White House, their equivalent, Miraflores, and tried to ram it down and tried to take over, and he failed and got arrested. And they were interviewing him, and it's like, yeah, look it up on YouTube. The guy's like, at this point, our objectives were not able to be achieved or whatever. And then he goes to jail until 1998 when this cripple fuck, like really old dude named Caldera, pardons him for some fucking reason. So like, if you want to be mad at someone, be mad at that guy, because he's the one that really was like, hey, remember that dude that did that coup and tried to
I
take
actually
down?
think he's kind of chill.
Yeah, like maybe he's just like cool now, and he just fucking pardoned him, and the guy runs for office 2 years later, dressed up in a suit like Obama looking, all that. And then it wasn't quick until he starts doing like referendums to be like, hey, I'm pretty chill, so you guys are only gonna have me for like 4 years, but how about you have me for 8? Would that be cool? And everybody's like, yeah, fuck it, who gives a shit, right? So, and then eventually another referendum, and they literally changed the constitution like it was fucking like underwear. And this is why the national identity is such an important thing, is because with us, somebody goes, hey, I feel like we should regulate the freedom of press, because the press is a little out of control. That's my point. And then people go, you can't regulate the First Amendment. What the fuck is wrong with you, right? Venezuelans, nothing like that. It was like, that's a good idea. Let's fucking give it a shot. Not really thinking of the repercussions, right?
Yeah.
Now,
I feel like a
eventually,
lot of the world is like that. Like America's a little bit of an anomaly. You see a lot of the Western world, and
fading,
they're like, yeah,
but-
let's regulate press. Like you can't scream fire in a burning, like you can't scream fire in a theater that's, not on fire. Shut the fuck up. Like,
where's the fun in that?
yeah, no, I do that shit all the time, actually.
But that's what the cultural issue with the national identity that I feel like we somewhat still have like an upper hand when it comes to Venezuela, because Venezuelans is just like right now they have two presidents, right? Like Maduro allegedly wins, but they say that no, is a corruption or whatever the fuck. But the real president is this old creepy fuck. And then it's like, okay, well, who controls the military? It's Maduro, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, that's the fucking president, right? Like, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what your grandma posts on Instagram. The president is who controls the military, and if he's still in power, he's the president. So it was kind of funny because Chavez was almost taken down in what is it, 2002, I think it was. Um, some people say it was the CIA. I don't fucking know, right? Like, I don't think the CIA does coups around the world like that.
There's some declassified documents that
Yeah.
talk about it a little bit, but obviously
mean-
we're not going to know about what's happening right now for the next 20, 30 years, if at all.
I mean,
That
dude,
was heavy
talking to,
sarcasm.
Oh yeah.
talk-
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
missed that because I'm retarded.
That's kind of all they do.
Okay. BR,
No, so-
take that out. That was particularly bad.
No, but it was kind of fucked up because so that it was a really crazy 3 days because we had like actual, like, I don't know if you guys have experienced like martial law where like constitutional guarantees, is that what you call it, like constitutional guarantees of
Yes.
safety of the federal government to protect you and all that are suspended. So it's like the purge. Like, if you go outside while there's martial law, you could get killed, and don't fucking talk to us. For 3 days in 2002, 11 April of 2002, there was this march where the people just said, fuck it, let's go to Miraflores, which is the White House. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen, like, you should look at what Miraflores looks like on Google Maps. It's surrounded by like barrios, right? So the barrios are very, very supportive of like Maduro, Chavez, and all that government. So when they said that, it was kind of
When you say
like,
a barrio, what is that? Sorry.
like, like lower income, like DIY, like you make your own, like, have you seen favelas in
Oh
Rio?
yeah, favelas.
Yeah, favelas like stacked on top of each other, and it's fucking terrible. That's what surrounds Miraflores. So it's like those are
nice.
so that's we need to talk about Silver Corps. Did you guys hear about Silver Corps?
No,
The Green Berets, that tried to fucking go to Miraflores from La Guaira.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, we're gonna have to circle back on that because that was fucking hilarious.
Here's the thing, and I just want to level for like most of our listeners who I think are in the same spot as us. We know fuck all
Yeah,
about South
this is
America.
why you're here. You're teaching us like a lot.
And here's the thing, like I'm better traveled than most people. South America
Likewise,
is like,
I've been to 34 countries. Like,
Holy shit.
I'm probably somewhere near that too.
Yeah.
But I've only ever been to Mexico. Never been more south than that on that side of the world. So like, I want to go to South America. I feel like this episode's
Yeah.
probably gonna scare me out of a lot of that, but but yeah, just imagine, because
Yeah.
again, me and Nathan probably a bit better traveled than most. I imagine most of our listeners are much like us and know fuck all about that part of the world beyond
Yeah.
like what we are told,
yeah.
which
Yeah, so-
we know is bullshit.
Venezuela is like the very tippy north of South America, so it's like where the Caribbean is.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame because it was such a tropical, like, beautiful paradise. Like, economically speaking, in the 60s, like, my family were well off, and during that time, like, they had apartments and properties. And at some point, I think my grandpa had a lion in his fucking ranch.
What the
and
fuck?
What?
yeah, it was bizarre. I don't
That's
know.
badass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I have no issue.
Yeah,
As
I
long
was
as the
gonna
thing's
say
looked after.
bizarre. Bizarre implies negativity. I want a fucking lion.
Well, what was fucked is that they would show me the pictures. Like, look at how fucking awesome life is. And it's like, well, it kind of isn't right now for me. So fuck you. You know?
Yeah.
but yeah, dude. So 2002, this march happens because Chavez is trying to expropriate the control because oil was privatized. It was ran by this organization called PDVSA, which is like Petroleum of Venezuela or whatever. And then he tried to expropriate it and fired a bunch of people on TV. So at that time, I was friends. I was friends with this girl at my high school, and her mother was the minister of education, and she got fired on national TV.
Oh fuck!
Wait, what? Why?
Yeah, dude. Well, because he would do that. So okay, so this is another thing about Chavez that you guys need to understand. So you know American like national channels that you can just get when you turn the TV on, like no cable, but like just channels that you just like browse through naturally. It just
C-SPAN kind of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had that
Yeah.
in Canada too, like PBS. You know,
right.
The
I mean, PBS is a thing
BBC.
here.
So
Yeah.
imagine Trudeau just wants to be I don't it's not even a late night host show. It's a daytime host fucking dude because like Chavez would literally hijack all the TV signals and you're trying to like watch TV and all of a sudden you hear the little song and it pisses you the fuck off. So all of a sudden you would start hearing people banging pots outside the windows because that's the most revolutionary thing that they could do to,
Yeah.
to fight against tyranny or whatever. But like for a good 8 hours, he would just sit there and just like propaganda the fuck out of you,
Oh,
telling you the
God.
things that he's doing and whatever, right? The reason why this is important is because this march that I'm talking about, they decided to head to Miraflores, which is the equivalent of the White House. Imagine someone like the what is that like the pussy the pussy march or whatever where they wear the pink
Oh,
hats.
Yeah,
I forget,
yeah,
Like,
I forget that was
yeah.
imagine
That
they
was like
18
2019.
or some shit. Yeah,
God,
yeah.
that was a while
imagine
ago.
someone goes, let's go to the White House and fucking ram it, right? And take whoever is in the White House and just take him out.
Kind
So
of
that's
big.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they said. They were like, let's go to Miraflores. Now the problem is Chavez had his supporters in this bridge. And then in this street, like both marches kind of like faced with each other. Now
Yeah.
here's the genius part. He used what's known as a pro gamer move because he put snipers on the rooftops of the buildings and he had them shoot at both marches.
Oh.
So the
Oh, smart.
marches,
clever.
yeah.
That's
So the
literally a
marches,
CIA handbook. Like,
literally, the
yeah,
marches
we
thought
did
that
this
they were
during the
shooting each
civil rights
other.
movement.
They legitimately, like both marches thought that they were shooting each other until this lady with a yellow shirt gets shot and someone sees it that the angle in which she gets shot, it's like from the top of the temple and then lands on the shoulder or whatever. So that's when people start looking up and going like, oh fuck, we've been set up. And that started 3 days of martial law. And then I don't know, some agency, let's just call it the CIA, for example, put this fucking guy, they put this random dude as president. He swore in and everything. And for those 3 days, everybody in Venezuela was like, holy fuck, we did it. You know, like that scene of the Lord of the Rings where you like
Yeah.
throw the ring. Like they were like, oh my God, it's done. He's gone, whatever. No, dude. The Venezuelan military kidnapped him, took him to a remote island in the Caribbean. He even signed his resignation on a napkin and and they showed pictures of it afterwards. But the Venezuelan military rescued him, took him to this Caribbean island. He thought he was going to get killed, and then they were like, "Hey, commander, we're going to bring you back," or whatever the fuck. And guess who comes back 3 fucking days later? It's Hugo Chavez, and he's like, "Okay, guys, we had
He is
an
risen.
uncomfortable."
Hugo
Yes,
Chavez
dude.
has risen.
It was like that was a weird 3 days. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little uncomfortable. And I think he tried to play it off cool. You know, kind of like when there's a mass shooting or something, or Charlie Kirk or whatever, and then both sides are kind of like, we got to lower the temperature.
Yeah.
That lasted for about 5 minutes, and then he went right back into it. So that was interesting. I was 11, and the marches actually were hilarious because you would bring your kids to it. So at some point, the marches actually became like a business in a way because like people would sell you like these Venezuelan hats. It became like a gun industry shill kind of thing. Where it's like,
Yeah,
where's
yeah.
my swag, dude? Like shot you.
Yeah.
And at some point, they were like, oh, okay, this Sunday is going to be bring your dog to the march day. So you would bring your fucking dog, or the Zumba march day. So it became anything but a revolution, right? And that's what bothers me about the Venezuelan situation is that right now, they're all like, please, the Marines, because that's the only branch of the military that they know. That's a please send the Marines, fucking whatever. And they refuse to do anything about it themselves, right? Because it's always been, no, just fucking
Just happening to them.
just handle this for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I have an issue with the way that Venezuelans tend deal with their issues, because like I get it, we're not any better, right? Like we are pretty fucked as it
Yeah.
is right now, but at the very least the fear is there that we have the means to fight tyranny, whereas they, it's like okay, they're all actually like leaving the country in droves, right? Like all of my family completely left,
Yeah.
so it's pretty bizarre. So Venezuela's a really wild place, so I don't know where we take it from there, but the coup was a pretty interesting time.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like the only stuff of Chavez I've seen recently has been a lot of that propaganda stuff. Like I saw that he was hosting like a rock show
Oh,
or some
Maduro.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Maduro.
And you know what's funny about Maduro? Some people say
What?
that he's actually Colombian and he was a bus driver. So it's a fucking low entry barrier to become a president of Venezuela, apparently. Because holy shit, dude. I could have done it, apparently. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could have been like a little tin pot dictator.
Yeah.
He's stuck with it. But yeah, I saw like a lot of like hijacking newsrooms and the rock show and like a
Yeah.
lot of like weird, like very hot, like even without being able to speak Spanish and without or whatever the fuck Portuguese. What do they speak there? Is it Spanish or
It's
Portuguese?
Spanish. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, without being able to speak any of that and just seeing it from the outside, I'm like, yeah, this looks like your standard fare of like, third world propaganda.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, look, the president is in the newsroom chatting it up with anchors, and oh, they were on stage the other night. It's like, what the fuck? Like, if we saw that in this country, we'd be like, okay, yeah, this is getting a little much for me. We get close. We get very close to that
Right.
reality TV bullshit. But like it would be taking the piss a little too much for the American audience.
I think it's because
Um,
we have nukes. That might be the reason why, like, our shit show is a little bit like everybody's like, ha, 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 can you
yeah,
guys calm down?
yeah,
Whereas with Venezuela,
wrap it
it's
up.
like, you guys are a meme. Like, right? Like, really? Like, that's a grandma holding a foul? That what?
Yeah,
She's the
oh,
one that's going to face the Marines?
dude, when they were like when we started putting like carriers off the coast of Venezuela and shit,
Yeah.
and they put out the videos of like them manning their AA guns. I'm like, those look very Cold War
Yeah.
esque. Like I don't.
Obsolete.
Yeah, we're gonna hit those with drones,
Yeah.
and then there's gonna be a land invasion. Not to get all fuck yeah America on them,
Mhm.
because like I think this is the dumbest fucking war maybe ever.
Yeah.
Um, well,
Because it's too late. It's too late to do anything about it. And the funny part about it, this is when we probably should lean into the silver core thing. And it's funny because I actually have some friends from 10th group that knew these guys. And they explained a little bit of what went down with it, because apparently the guys that were in charge of that whole operation, which I wouldn't even call it an operation because it was a meme. It was a bunch of Green Berets that decided that they were going to liberate fucking Venezuela, right? And they're just
oh,
like,
just of their own accord, not like an
yeah,
operate. Well, with
I
these things, I'm always like, okay, well, did they just get thrown under the bus and like they were like cool with that as part of the op? Like, hey, like
right.
if you fuck this up, like you're on your own, and we're just gonna throw you under the bus.
But see, it's funny because I don't think this actually was like a Title 50 operation, because if it's Title 50, man, it's so much more airtight than what they fucking did, because they started this company and I think they were trying to do like the Blackwater thing where like the guy was like, I'm the new Eric Prince. I'm going to start Silver
Mm.
Court USA and, hire us so that way we can do security for your events. Oh, and by the way, we're going to, dethrone the Maduro,
Just to
whatever.
show that we know what we're on about.
And they fucking didn't, because like honestly, like if we sit here and I share my screen with you and I show you like Google Maps, La Guaira is a port that's up to the like north of the Caribbean, and there's this big mountain called the Avila, which is the tippity top of the Andes region. So the Andes run all the way down to Chile. So the Caribbean is separated. So Caracas is separated by the Avila, and then you have La Guaira. So if you have a map right now, fucking
I have pulled it up
please,
so I can get a geography lesson.
some
because
visuals.
I do want to
Um,
learn more about South America, and this is a question that I will ask again later. But I do
Yeah.
want to know like what part of South America is actually good to visit. But we don't have to hit that now.
Okay, I've heard Uruguay, but I might be biased because my dad is from Uruguay. But
Yeah. I went
But-
to the Dominican Republic once. Kind of irrelevant. I stayed in touristy areas, but it was very nice actually. Like even
Did-
the little villages and the favelas, and I just kind of fucked off. It was a little bit of scamming, but I never felt unsafe.
you know what's funny? Like lately, even though with all my experience in Caracas, Venezuela, and all that, I ran into the what do you call it on Instagram, because I'm back apparently. The Colombian women like to call you papacito, and you know what? that's worth it. Like I'm considering, fucking Medellin and get called Papacito. Fuck it, I'll do it. But yeah, look up La Guaira. It's La Guaira. It's Laguaira. La Guaira, and that's a port, right? So that's where there's also an airport there as well. And then you're gonna look up Miraflores, and then try to get the directions from one to the other. And it's not really that far. It's like maybe an hour 45 minutes, right? But you have to go through two tunnels, and on top of those tunnels, I'll send you a video. There's favelas, and they fucking shoot at the vehicles that go through that highway.
Oh,
Like I have a video of like one of these like military vehicles getting shot at by that general area. So these fucking guys thought that it would be smart to hire or recruit 60 Venezuelans, which is in and of itself a terrible idea because all they want to do is just like, oh, you want to do what? Hey, these fucking guys are trying to do X, Y, and Z. Now they can eat for 6 months. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just recruiting locals is a terrible idea when it comes to Venezuela. So that was their first plan. Then they showed up with fucking airsoft guns in like fishing boats, and they got caught by fishermen on the coastline. I'm
Like,
not kidding.
detained?
Yeah, like look this
Hey,
up.
citizen arrest.
Yeah, straight up. Like, and it's like Luke Hinman is the guy, and I feel bad for them because I may have been involved with some three-letter agencies, and at the time that I was like interviewing for them, they were very interested in my time there. So I could have ended up down there doing stuff, right? So it terrified the fuck out of me because if I would have done that, then I can relate to how fucking terrifying it is to get sent to like military intelligence prisons. The prisons there are not nice. So like I can imagine what probably happened to them if it wasn't a psyop, right? If they were not in on it.
Yeah.
But if you look at the pictures, it's like there's a Luke Denman guy and then two other guys. They are wearing just shorts, right? Like we're not talking about like knots and like amphibious assault. They were like literally trying to do the low vis thing on a fishing boat, and some fishermen go, "You guys don't look like you belong here. Who the fuck are you?" And then immediately they just get caught and then arrested at the shoreline itself. They had four vehicles with 240s mounted on top of them, like Hiluxes with 240s. Sounds like a good idea, but I only saw like one belt of ammo on them. I saw samurai masks. I don't know. Fact check me on that.
No, I think I've seen photos.
I don't know if it's real or
Like
not,
the
but
lower half.
yeah, the lower half, and they were like gold and black. And I don't know, fact check me or not, but if you're going to go for vibes when your plan is that weak, fuck, man. Because if you look at the directions from La Guaira all the way to Miraflores, like you'll notice that you got to go through some dense areas, right? So like dense, like urban, like imagine rolling through with four Toyota Hiluxes with 240s in the middle of New York, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, who the fuck are they with the samurai masks? So the fact that they thought that they could pull that off, and not even that, but it's like, how the fuck do you even know that he's there? Like, if anything, if you want to hit, like, this is just in Minecraft, right? I'm not saying that this is what we should do, and the CIA is listening.
Just out of common sense.
Just,
Yeah.
maybe find him somewhere else where he's like doing a speech or whatever the fuck. We probably have local assets on the ground, Title 50 guys. So it's like, was that the best that we could do? Here's the best part. They fucking tweeted about it.
What?
Yeah, like please fact check me, but this fucking guy, I forget his name, the Silver Core USA CEO was like, Donald Trump, we are on a incursion to Venezuela, time now, or whatever the fuck. And it's like, okay, so we just do that. We just let the enemy know what the fuck we're doing. Because I thought like the whole concept of being Americans, it's like being chaotic, not knowing what the fuck we're doing. So that way the enemy goes like, what the fuck was that? It's like, I don't know. I
It's our
just
greatest
told to be
asset.
here.
We don't have a plan.
Exactly. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen, there's some. I think there's been some good YouTubers who have like broken it down recently. So I don't know. Find some Silver Core USA, the invasion of Venezuela, and just like get some shots. Every time you laugh, just take a shot because it like to the uninitiated, militarily speaking, like route reconnaissance or anything like that, like CRM, like risk management in general. You look at this fucking plan and you go, was this like a battlefield mission that you guys thought would work in real life? Because that's just not how it happens. But yeah, you guys probably gonna have to watch that video because it's pretty entertaining.
God, yeah. This sounds like something that
the average like bumblefuck training group could have at least maybe not achieved the objective, but like gotten further along.
Yeah, or at least switch it to a direct action thing. It's like there's fucking helicopters in Caracas, right? Like there's a airport that I forgot what it's called, but it's close to a mall. I don't know, get a little bird and four Delta Force dudes land on top of the bitch, and then maybe there's no flight out. Like who knows? But that would have been a little bit better than a convoy through a dense urban environment that you don't even like. And they even support the government, so it's like once they see the samurais and the machine guns, and I mean, I get it. The National Guard is not like they have M4s with PEC-15s, but they did it in the daytime. Like it wasn't even at nighttime. So it's like I can shoot you with a foul even if I'm a shitty shot, even if they
Yeah.
qualify once every 5 years. So it's like what kind of like from a sustainment perspective, like what kind of fight were you really expecting with the bullshit that you brought?
No, that definitely sounds like it leans more into the box of dudes with an inflated sense of what they can achieve,
Yeah,
and also not
Dunning
not
Kruger.
like yeah, not special forces dudes like being thrown under the bus on an actual op, but like
Yeah.
dudes go just ego driven, probably
Yeah.
coked out.
Well, South America, yeah.
I mean, those dudes. I mean, South America plus like ego-driven special forces dudes. It's
Yeah.
always coke. It's always coke.
Yeah, my 10th
But
group buddies, they were kind of like, yeah. They were a little bit like, yeah. It was one of those, they made that face of like, yeah, those guys. Yeah, I remember them.
kind of embarrassing to have any ties to that.
And they had cat cards. Like, I
Oh
think
yeah,
they caught, yeah, one of them with a cat
they
card or
brought them
whatever.
with them.
Yeah, dude, like in their passports,
Holy fuck!
which is kind of like, holy fuck. So it definitely is not Title 50 because, the Title 50 concept is like, if you die, the country's like, well, we don't know who
Yeah,
the fuck he
we
is.
don't know what the fuck. Yeah, we don't know who the fuck those guys were or what that was. But
And
sorry, I guess.
not only that, but they cover your moves. So like when you are about to do some Title 50 shit, like you go to like Nigeria and get a new identification, and like you cover your tracks so that way they don't know where you actually come from, Virginia. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's fuck. That was so bizarre. That was relatively recent. I don't know if it was like 4 or 5 years ago or so, but it's a shit show.
It's always kind of the way with these things. Like there's a quiet war going on where like we try and topple a regime like a couple of different ways, and then when it doesn't work, it's like all right, fuck it, like send in the Marines, let's have a bay
Right.
of pigs.
And I don't understand the why it took us so long, because if we really went to Iraq for oil, it's like, dude, Venezuela's right fucking there. It's like, it would have been so much easier. The food would have been much better. The deployments would have been a trip. The weather would have been awesome. Like honestly, like when I was a kid and I was going through the shit, because I guess I didn't talk about what it was like living there. Like one of the biggest things that I appreciate about America that a lot of people take for granted, God bless them, because they don't know, but it still weirds me out, is that I could just like look at an apartment complex and go, I see that lady through the window, and I could just break that window and just go in that apartment, right? Whereas in Venezuela, like you, Nathan, you probably saw the pictures I
Yeah,
sent you.
yeah, I did.
The physical security measures overlap between one building to another. We're talking sea wire, we're talking electric fences, we're talking cameras, spikes, everything, right? So contrary to like a prison, once you leave, it's like you're in zombie land.
Yeah,
So you never know if leaving to go to work or to go to school, if you'll come back. Because at the time, Caracas was like the murder capital of the world.
holy
Apparently
shit.
now it's not. It's not right now, and I don't understand why. Right? Maybe because they all left. All the bad dudes went and left somewhere. They went somewhere. Maybe Denver. Who knows? Definitely Denver. Yeah, they are here.
Let's see. There's unfortunately no one seems to like keep a running tally of like who's winning. In 2025, oh fuck, this is very German or something. Peter Maritzburg in what? Or maybe it's Dutch. It's some fucking European name. In South Africa, ranked as the world's most dangerous city with a crime rate of 82 per 100,000 inhabitants. That
Oh,
doesn't sound that crazy, but I'm sure
South
on the
Africa's getting
ground.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure on the
but
ground that's pretty
look
nasty.
And
up
here, my next door neighbor like does not lock their door at all because the door lock has been broken for 6 months.
look up the Caracas numbers from like, I don't know, like from like 2004 to maybe 2009, something like that. See how bad they are.
Yeah, I'm
Because at
curious.
some point, like by the end of a week, like the TV channels would tell you how many people died over the week. They would not just be like, someone got shot today. It's like Chicago, but like in the entire city of like 4 million people, or however much Caracas is. But at some point, I feel like there were even more casualties than GWAT. That whole year of GWAT, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a weird number like that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm seeing. I guess this is a really high number. Like it doesn't. I'm not a statistics dude, but it says in 2018, Caracas had 81.4 homicides per 100K,
Fuck.
and it dropped to 40.9 in 2021.
So that's what I'm saying, right? So I wonder where all those bad people went. Like it's kind of funny because like here the shout out to the governor of Colorado. I forget his name, Jared something.
Is he an asshole?
Yeah, he's I can't describe him for what he is because people are gonna get angry. But
Is it much like the president of Mexico?
oh yeah, very close. And extremely gay. What a coincidence. Every single time. Just every single time.
Okay.
Every
no,
single time.
I
Come on,
see a
guys.
laser coming from outside my window.
It's almost
Totally
Hanukkah. We can't talk like this. So anyway,
So they said that it was a lie that the Denver Agua people were not here or whatever the fuck, right? So me coming from Caracas, the MO for the gangs down there, I don't know. Have you guys seen the Venezuelans that like wash your windshield wipers? Like they just like spray the bullshit and they like.
me and Nathan both now live out in the sticks, and so we don't see any of this shit.
Okay, so picture you at a red light, like a stoplight, right? And then all of a sudden, some guy that's standing there has a squeegee bottle and just like sprays the shit in front of you, and he goes and cleans the windshield, and then he asks for money, right?
Yeah,
so,
that was a thing in my old city, like quite a bit, and sometimes I'd get pretty mad if you didn't give them
Oh,
money.
bingo. So
now here you can have a gun if that happens. So
the MO in Venezuela was that they would distract you like that, and it still happens to me. Like when I'm at a stoplight, I kind of get like the weird spidey sense in the back of my head because what they would do is like they would distract you. Some guy would come around, shoot you in the back of the head, take you outside of the vehicle. Then
Holy
they would
shit.
get inside of the vehicle, and then everybody else behind you would awkwardly drive around the body that's now on the ground. So
That's
so
fucked up.
yes. Once I started seeing the windshield wiper people here in Denver, I immediately was like, that's Venezuela, Caracas, MO. Like they are here, right? 100%. So I do what I do best, which is never doing anything that's good for me. So I contacted the Denver police and I told them, hey, I just so happen to have spent 18 years in the AO. Do you guys need any help with figuring out this Tren de Aragua thing, right? Because I could help out in the undercover unit or whatever the fuck, right? I speak the language, I can fake it. And they're like very interested about it. They're like, hey, we're gonna give you a call. And then immediately I was like, oh, that's weird because I thought the governor said they were not here.
yeah.
Thought it was bullshit. So why are you interested in something that's not actively happening?
Well,
So
officially, it's not happening. However, unofficially, we are very concerned.
We're very interested in your capabilities.
did you see and you know what's funny? Because then they fucked it up because then they were like, yeah, are you interested in a ride along? And it's like, I don't want to be a traffic cop. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm telling you, I can help you with the illegals that are here. Like, what's wrong with you? But I had enough confirmation. So I was like, you know what? At least I know that what I'm seeing is legit. And shit, you not like right now because I'm getting divorced and all this stuff. I'm talking to this doctor who was dating some illegal Venezuelan, and he has a DUI, 2 DUIs, and 2 misdemeanors already, and he's not going to get deported because Colorado fucking rules. So they're definitely here. So when he said that.
There was that whole like thing, I don't know, maybe it was a year or two ago where there was like a big like gang takeover of a hotel.
I
or some
remember
shit
that.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What the fuck was that? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that was
must
in
have
Aurora,
paid more
I wanna
attention
say.
to it.
That's
yeah,
in
than
Aurora,
us.
yeah. I actually used to work in Aurora because if you ever look at Aurora, there's this I call it the 4 big white balls. It's Buckley Space Force
Oh
Base.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to work out of there, and I can't tell you how much it fucking sucked to drive there every single day because I was living in like Lakewood, which is like a good 40-minute drive. And every single day was just like, I think I'm going to have to shoot someone today, which sucks because carrying a gun going inside a DOD facility, it's,
Frowned upon
Yeah.
in a very light is a very
Yeah,
light way of saying it.
they're very frowned upon. So I'll have
Yeah,
to
a
send
little
you
bit, a
pictures.
skosh, a touch.
I'll have to send you pictures of the guy I almost smoked at 470. Dude, I had that trigger prepped. That shout out to Timney.
Yeah.
Know
Two and a half
exactly when it's
trigger
gonna break.
squeeze. Bro, man, if he would have turned, that shot would have cracked. But yeah, no, the Aurora apartment, that was some real shit. They showed up with like some Ruger 22s and like LPVOs, and I was like, you know what? I applaud
It's
the
an
hustle.
interesting choice. I remember seeing photos of that.
Yeah, no, they tried, and then I think the apartment complex got at some point. I don't know, they shut it down or whatever. But they live in hotels, they get paid money.
Yeah.
And the beauty about Venezuelans is that they don't spend they don't waste any time to like open up like nightclubs, so that way they can party and fuck. So that's always nice. They're not sending their best. They really are not, dude. It's bad out here.
So I mean, I don't know what to do with all of that. Like,
It's a lot. It's a
like,
lot.
yeah, it's a very strange time because I feel like one, like, there's this kind of weird incursion into the states by Venezuelans and stuff, and like presumably it's a lot of people just like leaving Venezuela because it's kind of like it's just fucked up, and
Right.
as three people that can attest to living in fucked up countries and leaving, like,
Yeah.
understandable, right?
Right.
Um, and then at the same time, we're like clearly the dying empire that we all live in is also seeking out resources from anywhere it can get it, and so we're looking at another pointless war in some country for under like pretenses that are not very convincing, but hey, the war's going to happen anyway probably. So it's
Right.
like I don't really know where to arrive from all of that going on, like why Venezuela is the next priority. Like, one second we were authorizing, and it's probably going on, I really don't know, we basically had authorized I think soft to start going over the Mexico border
Yeah.
and start dealing with cartel.
Yeah. I think Delta's
um
doing it.
yeah, and like that was like authorized, and that was like it was publicly acknowledged that like, yeah, that shit is going to start happening.
Yeah.
And then weirdly, the first of anything south of the border we start seeing is like strikes on these fishing slash drug boats in Venezuela. So it's like, okay, you set the precedent that things were going to be going on across the border, but like now we're operating in Venezuela. It's just this like, it's such a weird fucking time to track all of this stuff because it's like, look here, no, look there,
Right.
and it's, is it legal? Is it not? Is it
Right.
authorized? Is it not? Does anyone fucking care? Not
Right.
really. Um, I don't know. It's not really looking for a conclusion there, but it's just a very weird time to be. I don't know, kind of adjacent to all of this stuff going. A lot of us have friends who are, getting shipped off to whatever this shit is.
And the biggest part about it too is that it feels like we're stretching ourselves too thin at the same time, because it's like, I spent a year of my life in Bagram, almost died there a couple times, and then to find out that we just like handed it over. Like my
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
Shack is still there. Like the Taliban has my Jack Shack, and I want it back.
God damn
And it still
Yeah,
has
dude,
a
that
stain.
shit got sold on Kuwaiti eBay, or
Jorge was here.
like a dude that does not know how to read is carrying that around.
Bro, I was so mad that I had to leave that shit there. But it's like, it's funny. It's just, we just left that the billions of dollars of equipment, right? That we could have used if we wanted to actually take it to South America, right? I understand that leaving it is probably cheaper than shipping it, but at least maintain some sort of like presence in the region, right? Because like that, I thought that that's what it was deep down, like Bagram and Afghanistan in general was like a foothold towards Russia in a way. So strategically speaking, it would have been intelligent to just leave it there and just try to collaborate with the Taliban in a way. But with Venezuela, it's a little bit too late, because like Venezuela has already, if I'm not mistaken, fact check me, Venezuela sent most of their gold reserves to Russia at some point, like a big old plane that took off with it, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh,
So there's
they also have like I think some kind of strategic partnership with fucking Iran to ship
Mhm.
them oil, which who knows if that's like, who knows how much propaganda is in that, but like
Right.
it makes sense. Like, Venezuela's felt the pressure of the states for a long time. Like, why wouldn't you start selling to enemies of the US and just be like, okay, well, I guess I'm in this economy now instead of yours. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And it was such a like, I feel like that's what makes it so our foreign policy doesn't sound intellectually consistent, because I don't know if you guys have seen the video of the four-star general Wesley Clark talking about the seven countries in 5 years or whatever,
Oh
where
yeah,
like
yeah.
after 9/11 he's like, yeah, there's all these countries that apparently we're fucking attacking. And it's like, we could have been really smart about it and just throw Venezuela into it, so that way we wouldn't have like run into this problem that we're running into right now. Because if the narco trafficking is so bad, which we knew because of Colombia and Pablo Escobar, like we had some involvement there, and we're relatively chill with Colombia, if I'm not mistaken. Why would we allow Venezuela to just go out of control just on its own and just like leave it like that? To me, it just from a foreign policy perspective, whoever John Bolton, whoever the fuck you were, that would like, you were in the CIA and just overseeing that general region, and you just went, like fuck you, because that really opens up the floodgates. Because like Iran has these like what is it, hyper cruiser missiles or whatever the fuck they are. How do we know they don't have them there? They're staging them up somehow, right? So like now our intel community has to be working twice as hard figuring this shit out, trying to put the two and two together, when we could have stopped all of that, like all of that geopolitical tension and shit. Like we could have stopped it right after 2001. If we were just going to go around the world and just policing everyone's bullshit, I feel like Venezuela should have been on that list.
Well, it's wild just how many theaters like the U.S. military is operating in. Because
Yeah.
let's just do like a real quick tally. So okay, like we're overseeing the proxy war in Ukraine. Okay, one.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
let's not even go any deeper than that. Okay,
Right.
we're also very defensive of China starting to incur on Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
that's two. We're also now interested in Venezuela and Mexico. So let's just lump all of South America, that
Just to be
general
fair.
area, yeah, as another theater.
Right.
Okay, that's three.
Fucking Africa.
Yeah, that was gonna be my
Yeah.
number five. Number four is the place we just spent 20 fucking years. The Middle East. We're like, yeah, we might go back. We're still gonna fuck around there. Like,
Right.
God protect Israel,
Yeah.
our greatest ally. And then yeah, Africa, like, which no
Niger.
one, yeah, we never fucking talk about that shit. But like, we've had like service members dying over there in operations. We've been like expending all sorts of resources,
Yeah.
like doing weird shit in Africa. So okay, just to recap: Ukraine, Taiwan, South America, the Middle East, and Africa. The fuck does that
Fuck are
do
we
for
doing?
anyone here? Yeah.
Does
Fuck are we-
Europe need
fuck are we
anything? Like
doing?
fuck, man. Does Finland need some fucking something? Like goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little out of control, and that kind of supports my like. Take the Niger ambush for example. I don't know. Have you guys seen the debrief on that
No?
whole operation?
We
I-
kept
No,
way too
what,
busy
what,
to
what
pay to
happened?
even. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, man, it was bad. It was like four soft dudes that got killed because they were rolling around with a group of locals doing a key leader engagement, I think it was. And the fucked up thing about Africans is that they'll maneuver on you, and these guys
Yeah.
got maneuvered on by a heavy force. And turns out that their TTPs and everything was just like all like copy pasted in PowerPoint. Their
Yeah.
their radios did not have fills. The locals were not wearing their gear. As soon as they took contact, the locals just fucking dipped, and
Yeah.
the soft dudes immediately was started throwing like smoke and shit and try to fight it out, but they
Yeah.
got outmaneuvered. And it's like, we're stretched out too thin. Like honestly, like just four soft dudes with a bunch of dipshits, and then we lose our assets because all of those guys are like, there's some millions of dollars
Oh
worth of
yeah,
training that we're
yeah.
investing in those guys,
People
right?
like, obviously the human life, but like the amount of
Right.
money that has gone into equipping those dudes with like just sheer training, like you
Yeah.
said, and yeah, all
Well,
of that.
no matter how trained you are and how much money worth a kit, you'll still die if someone does the big L on you. You'll still die.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some fucking child soldier with an AK outmaneuvered you. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, that's
They-
reality.
Mother.
Yeah, they know how to shoot and maneuver. Like this is not a lot of good ways to stop that.
Yeah,
No.
and I feel like that supports the concept of being stretched out too thin. It's like, let's maintain like a presence, some sort of authority wherever the fuck we are, because it's like, why give it up, like Afghanistan? But if we're gonna be like, we need to be smart about it, right? It's like understand, because say we get the resources from Venezuela, like we actually invade. I doubt like many of our dudes are gonna die. Venezuela is a fucking joke. But say we take some casualties. Okay, now we secure all that oil. then what the fuck do we do with it, right? Like, think about being like a shithead, right? Like, okay, well, are you gonna fix the Colorado highway, like my roads? Because it's not. You're probably gonna send it to Israel or Ukraine, and so it's like, what's the fucking point, you know? Like, that's the
Oh,
biggest.
that's the craziest thing. Like we're fighting. Like it is not to get too like fucking depresso at the end here, but like we, we, Dying Empire shit, like fucking late Roman Empire shit. We're fighting on like and being super conservative. Five fronts all over the fucking planet. While the US, like you would think with that much force projection all over the earth, like we would have fucking gold paved roads and
Right.
everyone can afford a house and like shit is just fucking dandy here.
It doesn't match.
That is not the fucking case.
Yeah, it does not compute. It really doesn't.
No, no. All of the resources and lives being spent all across the world, and it's like, you can be the most like chauvinist, like pro-American empire motherfucker ever. Like, I don't even care about that. Like, I'll judge you privately, but that's not even part of this conversation. Like,
Right.
where's the fucking what do we get for all of that?
Right. Yeah. Because then Americans don't want to have children, so then they're like, okay, well, you guys are not having fucking kids, and it's like, well, whose fault is that, right? Like, can't I even afford to have kids? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
ordering
that's
pizza
like
on credit.
the death of Kenny. Did you see all the stuff with Klarna?
Yeah,
Just like how much stuff on Black Friday was
Oh, it was like 90. Apparently, like if this number's real, which it could be, like
Yeah.
pay later, whether it's credit card or Klarna or whatever the fuck. Yeah, 93% apparently
Yeah.
of 2025 like
Jesus
Black
Christ.
Friday, Cyber
Yeah.
Monday purchases was pay later schemes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
No, I'll like
fuck.
defend. Like I do not, and people are going to judge me. I don't even have a fucking credit card. I don't. I know it's really hard to like. I am so against the debt industrial
I
complex.
didn't have one
Fuck
until
yeah.
I came to the States, and I was like, oh, I need to have one to exist as a human.
Yeah,
being. Like,
right.
to be a
Credit
homeowner.
score?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you want property,
Like-
like yeah, you gotta get your
Yeah.
social credit friend, like get
Yeah,
in debt so we know you're trustworthy. Like
Yeah.
that sounds.
I
Who would
I
have
have a
come up with
mortgage, which
that?
I think is the only thing keeping me above water. But I'm like, yeah, like in terms of credit. But the idea that it's so necessary here, it's weird if you don't have
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
And I
you
still
get
refuse
punished
to
for
cave.
it.
I'm getting away. I'm like getting away from it as long as I can until eventually it catches up with me.
Yeah, I mean, like that's how I was, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, to be a real boy, like you gotta be a debt slave. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
But
You know,
the idea of like buying Taco Bell on we're
On
going
credit.
to split this Taco Bell DoorDash through 4 payments. But, like
Holy
50-year
fuck.
mortgages, don't even get me fucking started on how retarded
Bro.
that is.
you know, the parallel between that and Venezuela's economy is interesting because you'll start to see, and we were talking about it off air because I made the analogy of like a frog in a boiling pot, right? Like the temperature starts rising and you don't realize it, right? Like all of a sudden you don't make enough, so you move back in with your parents, right? So that's the first symptom. Like this whole like ordering pizza on credit cards, like you really don't realize it until like in Venezuela, where like 6 years later you look at your neighbor and he's lost 90 pounds, and even then you're still going like, yeah, I'm on that Chavez diet, and it's like, ha 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 ha, dude. But like at some point, food lines, contrary to what Bernie Sanders says, food lines are not good. They're not
No,
fun,
not
bro.
at all.
Honestly, and that's one of the elements of living there. Like I was telling you, the physical security elements of it, like everything was just so like. It is not natural for someone to live under such fight or flight and just such a cortisol overload, where it's like for the longest time I wanted to deploy and go outside the wire and just kill people with my hands and all this army bullshit, and then it hit me like later down the years. One of my army NCOs was like, dude, you kind of were already outside the wire, just unarmed and skinny as fuck. So it's like, why do you need more stress in your life? And he made a good point because it was like, man, like I don't know, the white mustache I got. I've had that
Yeah.
since I was 15, bro, because of
What?
the stress of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
imagine the prepubescent fucking like mustache and just like half of it is white, and I'm like, motherfucker, it's not a full mustache, and it's because of the stress of living in that shithole, dude. Yeah, like that was one of the, when I was talking about like apartment complexes and stuff, it blows my fucking mind that if I hear a motorcycle and it's someone that's like, because it's still I hear a motorcycle and it's like, oh, okay, get the Glock ready, right?
Yeah.
Get the blicky out.
I do see so many videos of dudes getting schwacked by motorcycle hitters, like a
And
silly amount.
the bank security guards. So they
Yeah.
would make concrete coffins out of for them. Like picture your regular bank, and all of a sudden, like a concrete coffin with like reinforced glass. They
Yeah.
would go in there with their shotguns and whatever, and then they would wait until they would leave, and then just execute them and take their weapons from them. I saw
Holy
that like
fuck.
a good amount of times.
Yeah.
The other thing is like bad dudes started doing mid-size body scans,
Yeah.
so they started recognizing that people appendix carry down there.
Yeah.
So before they rob you, either they just shoot you and take your shoes because that's just how they are,
Yeah.
or they would be like lift up your shirt because I don't know, they've killed too many people that week and they feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where it's just like everywhere you looked, it was like one of my girlfriends got kidnapped and her fucking family, like her mother was a doctor, and they told her they were like, we're gonna send one of her ears like wrapped in newspaper,
Holy
and
shit.
you're gonna have to pay, right? Like the other one that was fucked, my great grandma. So there's this thing, look it up, it's called burundanga. I know it sounds like I just said some bullshit, but find it. It's some sort of chemical that's derived from a flower that
Yeah.
when they it's literally like some spy shit, dude. Like they you sniff that shit, they just like blow it in your face or touch you and you absorb it and
Yeah.
you lose all control over yourself. And then all of a sudden they take you to the ATM and they take all your shit.
Oh fuck.
I've seen
Yeah,
that in TV shows. I did not think that. I thought it was a dramatization,
yeah,
like the
big
voodoo
in
kind of thing.
it's big in Colombia and in Venezuela, and it stems from like this weird like plant that grows down there, and they just figure out, man, they're crafty about it. You know, they'll
Yeah.
do that shit, but they won't overthrow Maduro,
Yeah.
but they'll rob my great grandma. Thanks.
I hate that. The
Yeah,
really like hyper low trusts. Like life doesn't mean anything. Society.
yeah,
It's like,
Yeah,
how do you even get there?
there is the physical capability, but not the social structure to fix things in a
yeah.
dramatic way.
Yeah, it really fucks with you after a while. It's one of those things where it's just at least now, like I said, like the transition of it, because I used to have like the regular nightmares. Like my life has been so crazy that legitimately, like I used to have that nightmare of like waking up in South America after like an accident, and I had been in a coma, right? And all of a sudden, my
Yeah.
family goes like, "Fucking U.S. Army Art and War podcast. What the fuck are you talking about, you shithead? You know, like shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
just go back to work." That used to be a recurring nightmare from the time that I spent there. And thankfully it has gotten better. But honestly, dude, like people don't realize when I see a wall from like a gated community that doesn't have spikes on top of it, and I realize that even as my fat fuck self, I can still jump it. I think to myself, I'm like, holy fuck, this must be a great country if we can keep it that way.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because man, the parallels between the two are just insane. But you'll
No.
you'll get me rambling. I don't know.
No. It's something we were talking about before we started recording. Is obviously like Nathan and I come from Commonwealth countries. Like we like to bitch like we came from a South American country. We came from this like rotting third world nation, and they're fucking getting there.
They're getting
But
there,
like,
yeah.
but I mean, it's much more dramatic between obviously Venezuela and the U.S. But you do see, like you said, the boiling of the frog. Like you do see the signs creeping in where it's like there are absolutely parts of the United States that are a third world country. There's no
Yes.
fucking that like there's niceties, there's chain restaurants, and like there's like cheap thrills that
Yeah.
are window dressing that it's like they remind you of a first world country,
Right.
and like there's mirrors of a third world country. Like
Right.
you go to parts of West Virginia or like parts of the South, and you're like, fucking hell, like
Yeah.
this is third world. Like the infrastructure,
Right.
it's not necessarily the people who live there's fault. Like the South has just been raped for like a century by
Right.
the federal government, and generally how it's been treated. And there's other parts of the country that are just fucking abandoned, and that is going to start, and it's already starting to emerge in other
Yeah.
parts of the country where the knowledge just isn't there to maintain infrastructure, or
Yeah.
like just people just don't care anymore. Industries have moved, things like that, and
Yeah.
it's like if that stuff becomes like it is in Venezuela socially, where the people there's just like no care for your community, where you just don't give
Right.
a fuck, and you just someone else will fix that for me. Like the local government should take care of that. That's not on me. Like eventually it all just fucking rots, and you're left with a third world community.
Yeah.
It's a really scary thing. It's why, like, as corny as it is to people who live in their kind of like sheltered consumerist world, when they hear us talk about community building and like
Yeah.
focusing locally and things like that, like, oh, cringe. It's like, yeah, dude, yeah, so
No, that's
cringe.
huge.
Yeah,
That's huge, dude. Because like we tend to glamorize societal collapse, and this is not me saying, oh, if you glamorize the boogaloo, go fuck yourself. But in a way, yeah, because I have experienced societal collapse. I have experienced like martial law, and
Yeah.
it's scary what people like. I've experienced malnutrition, and it's scary what your brain goes through when you're fucking hungry, right? Like you think
Yeah.
about things that just you're like, fuck, I feel like a monster because goddamn. So the scary part about America is that what I went through, malnutrition, hunger wise, and all those psychological changes, I feel like people here, when they experience that, you have to think about, but I got children, man. I got kids,
yeah,
man. And you know
Yeah.
what? It's much easier to go to that next door neighbor where you know he has some milk, he has some food, he has some whatever, and you have an AR, than it is to go to your, and this is going to give me an FBI visit again, but it's easier to do that than it is to go to your fucking capital and make the people that created that situation pay for it.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So eventually that's the problem. And with Venezuela, that's kind of that's the bigger, the biggest difference between the two countries is that we have the Second Amendment, and it's kind of like a weird safety mechanism, even though that's another, I man, as much as I love the concept of the Second Amendment, I kind of think it doesn't exist in a way because
I was talking about this today, and I think I know exactly
yeah,
what you mean.
God forbid you get into a
Yeah.
shoot. If I would have shot that fucking guy at 420, 470, the DA looks at my face, knows my background, knows who I work for, knows how I shoot. That,
Yeah.
oh, let's make him an example, bro. And I don't have a
Yeah.
CCW here in Colorado. Fuck you, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's one of those things where like I sit there and I go, okay, well, we need USCCA, we need all that, like all these like three-letter organizations to get us to pay our $5 a month to fucking advocate for the Second Amendment, all that shit. And it's like, well, by the time that you use the Second Amendment, will you actually be able to, because it'll destroy your life, right?
Yeah.
There's some states where you will not see a hearing for your case 3 years from now, right?
Yeah.
Here in Colorado, I think it's about 6 months or so, but it's like me and my job and my clearance might be destroyed if I would have taken that guy out, right? Good
Yeah.
life lesson for the dude. Terrible like career decision for me.
yeah.
But it's one of those things, man. It's societal collapse is not cool because we have a lot of guns. I fucking love them. Fuck, I work in the industry, like I make a living out of guns. But it's scary to think that they would be used among us against each other versus the people who are pinning us against each other, which is fucked.
Yeah.
But okay, I
I've
guess I
met
can tell you where I live. The FBI already knows where I live, so whatever.
No,
I have heard of multiple, and we had that thing with the Appalachian Rangers, and unfortunately, like thankfully the fella that was causing this is gone. But
Mhm.
groups that outright say it's like, yeah, we'll get together, and instead of using this power for good, the power to protect your community or yourselves, or
Right,
do whatever, instead we're going to rob people, we're going to loot people,
right,
we're going to get rid of people that pissed us off, and
right.
the rule of law is the only thing that stopped us. And I hate to say that those groups exist, and hell, they
Yeah,
exist in places where guns are a lot more restricted than this, but
right.
it worries me.
And the scary part is that hunger is not a factor, right?
Yeah.
Because I can understand, okay, you have a baby. Fuck, even if you show up with a gun and I see that there's a baby involved, okay, I'll do my best to even like think about not shooting you in the fucking face, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that there's people that are already talking about that without the hunger considerations already.
Yeah.
Desperation is one thing, but it's just going to loot and steal a TV is another. So it's like I've seen, like, I remember going to like an HOA meeting when I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, where they were
Yeah.
talking about the barrios coming down, and they taught us how to make a Molotov cocktail,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
was it was a very lit HOA meeting. It was pretty cool. Getting to know your neighbors and be like, by the way, this is this mix right here, fucking whatever.
Yeah,
Put the
this is the
You
right
should-
ratio to make it stick to
You should
things.
add much
Yeah.
more styrofoam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was 8 years old. So I was there with my grandma, and my grandma's like, I probably shouldn't have brought you here. But I did learn that
Yeah.
I could throw my bowling ball out the window, and it would kind of like create shrapnel. Someone mentioned that. I was like, that's a good idea. Also, vegetable oil down the stairs in case, like, if you're in an apartment complex, they would go up the stairs because, like, we
Yeah.
have marble floors or whatever. Yeah, little things like that you just go, is anybody
Huh.
else seeing this shit right now? Like, is this really happening?
Yeah.
Societal collapse is now fun.
No, it's on the Second Amendment thing. Like the Second Amendment, like in some cases, like in some places it doesn't even exist. And what I mean by this is kind of like the infantilization of gun owners. Like I talked about this last episode when we had Tim Hoffman on. Is
Yeah.
like there's this billboard that I pass in my area, and it's a big revolver on it, and it says "man toys," and I
Yeah.
fucking hate it. Like, don't get me wrong, like amongst us, like if I say, "Oh yeah, this is a cool range toy," I think
Right.
you guys would know what I mean. Like, this
Yeah.
is
Right.
not something I would use.
Fancy
in defense
gun,
of,
you don't
yeah,
carry. Yeah.
it's not something I'd use in defense of life and liberty. It's just
Yeah.
it's cool.
Right.
It's cool.
Right.
But
Right.
like, yeah, end of the
There you
day,
Yeah.
I don't know that
Oh, yeah.
that could change the world right there.
Yeah,
But,
See,
actually,
that's
yes.
a CIA gun.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about what's on the screen
Yeah.
right now, but yeah.
That's a spook gun.
yeah, but yeah, so you've got things like that, and then you've got things that are like genuinely tools, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I think unfortunately, like you go to SHOT Show, and like we've got our people, and then there's like so many dudes who it's just like these are just toys to you. Like it doesn't matter. They can have red anodized parts because it doesn't
Right.
fucking matter. Like you don't own a single gun with a sling on it.
Yeah.
You like have one Uncle Mike's holster. Like
Right.
not
But
to
how
shit
many
on-
times have you gone to testify it in your local capital about assault weapons hearings? You know, like, how involved are you actually? Or is just the Trump 45-47 lower that you just bought from
Yeah,
Spike's Tactical
yeah,
or whatever the fuck? It's like,
the-
come on.
Their outrage at the idea of any bans or any restrictions isn't out of like a fundamental like, no, this is a tool that I have a right to own. It's like, hey, it's like a child's tantrum from a toy being taken away from them.
Oh,
Like,
man.
yeah, exactly. It's like, gosh darn, like it could be AR-15s or it could be ATVs. Like it really
Right.
doesn't fucking matter. It's the same equivalency in a lot of people's lives, and like, kind of, you know, that's a really worrying thing. We've kind of seen that pullback like since COVID ended. Like we hit on this a fair bit on this show, but like the militancy of people in these circles was like at such a high, and the capability was probably at the highest it's been, like, to be dramatic, probably since the revolution, you know, like in terms of like the everyman, not people training to go fight in a war, but like just the everyman kind of having this idea that they might have to do something with the guns they own
Right.
to keep on living the life that they care to live. And we just saw like just this fucking sheer drop off, and like the laziness that I've seen. And again, I always have to touch on this. We know there's good people out there still like pursuing that readiness and that capability.
Yeah.
But like so many people just immediately, the second is like, okay, Trump's in office, like COVID's over,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
guns down.
Everything's fixed. Yeah.
yeah.
We're in charge.
Everything's fake and gay.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
when the Boogaloo movement got psyoped?
Oh, so quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly.
You know, the one that really bothered me.
What?
That's the one in Nevada, because like at the time, like I was like on my meme shit at that time,
We all were.
dude.
Yeah.
In what was it? It was the Bundy Ranch. Is that what it was called?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's one of the most American things that have happened since like literally the founding fathers. Like,
Yeah. No,
those dudes legitimately were like, no, fuck you, right?
Yeah,
And
the
they had
original Bundy standoff where
Straight
rifles
up.
pointed at
federal
federal
agents.
agents.
Wasn't
at
that
law
Oregon?
enforcement.
No, Nevada.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought it was like close
Yeah.
to the border of Oregon and Idaho, because there was another one of those standoffs, and I drove by the ranch it happened on not that long
Yeah.
ago, and I was on the way to the West Coast, so
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was.
remember where it was. Maybe not. Yeah, I think you're right.
No, it was over like one of the most American things, like the right to graze your cattle on,
Graze
I
cattle,
think,
yeah.
like public land or federal land, some
Yeah.
shit like that.
And
Yeah.
it was community based, right? People showed up and they were like, they're doing what to you?
Yeah.
And you know what pisses me off is that when that came up, it was like, well, look at this fucking guy with his AK. Look at that fucking stupid AK. Look at the fucking furniture on that AK. And it was like,
Yeah.
we're making memes
Who
out of that,
fucking
bro.
cares? Yeah.
But honestly, like I sat there and I joined in for like 15 minutes and then I realized, wait, this is like the shit. Like it's happening right now.
It doesn't matter who, like that. It's some FUD who's like
who owns one semi-automatic gun. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, he pulled that one
Yeah.
out of the safe.
Someone pulled up.
He knows what it's for.
Yeah, someone pulled up, and it's like, imagine Ruby Rich and like all the homies showed up, right?
Yeah.
Much different outcome. And well, eventually, I think some of the families ended up getting executed. Eventually, I think someone died at some point.
The Bundy thing.
Yeah, the Bundy. I think one of them got
Someone got
killed.
shot. Yeah.
So eventually they
killed the
won.
dead. Yep.
Eventually they won, but it was like they sent a message, right? And mind you, I'm not saying that like the whole fuck. I almost became a federal agent last month. So it's like it's what kind of federal agent you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's like, are you kicking out illegals from the country, or are you fucking with people trying to graze their cattle in federal land, right? Like BLM land. Go fuck yourself. And if you watch the documentary, some of those dipshits were like there was some body cam footage that got leaked, and two dudes were like, oh, look at that guy with the dog. I can't wait to shoot his fucking dog or whatever. And it's
Holy
like
shit.
that. Yeah, like watch it. It's like that's that kind of shit that will get you shot. And it sucks because as a federal agent, you should not be thinking like that. But you know,
There's plenty.
that's one of those moments where I was just like, you know what? This meme shit is getting a little bit out of hand because we're losing the plot. And that's literally probably the biggest example of how to lose the plot when it comes to the Second Amendment in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like without it's kind of the conundrum that I think this show keeps on coming back to in our discussions is like I I don't know if we'll ever regain the plot like
Right.
we without like a common enemy, and which when we do
Yeah,
have a
'cause that-
common enemy, like shit sucks. It is
Right.
the like we are in absolute 24/7 panic mode when we have a common
Right.
enemy, and
Yeah.
like you know we have like a fucking junior version of that when there's like a big scary bill and like, oh, maybe this will be like the big fucking pasta fight.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, is this the one? Like, ooh, maybe they'll come for SPRs. Ooh, it's like, who gives a fuck 'em? Like it's completely unenforceable. You'll never fucking win. Suck every cock in this country. But like that's like the closest we come to unity, and it'll be like, you know, maybe a month or two of people like collectively bitching in the right direction, and then we're all right back to like stupid squabbles instead
Right.
of like COVID was like a serious like, oh, like they are actively changing how Americans live.
Right.
And like
Listen.
this is going to be permanent if they succeed, and we kind of hit like an awkward middle ground where like they did permanently change how we live. Like
Right.
BlackRock fucking won,
Yeah.
Big Pharma won, like and we all kind of lost the plot in various different directions.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of disunity now, and so it's like, okay, great, well, without another big bad, like we're just going to continue to eat each other. Like,
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I was telling you this off air. I think that the crisis that we have is just that we're allowing our national identity to be stripped from us, just like it happened to Venezuelans. And I was giving you
Yeah, I
the
think that-
example.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was giving you the example of like how Chavez, for example, they figured out that they had a new territory or a new island or whatever, so they added a new star to the flag. And I was telling BR, I was like, well, I think we've had the conversation here that we want to make DC its own state, so there's congressional seats added to it. And what the fuck would that do? Add another star to the flag. So Venezuelans, it was crazy because it took like 5 or 6 years or something like that for Chavez to literally transform the country to the point where like you woke up in a completely different place. And we're talking about like the core fabrics of society that should
Yeah.
glue us together, right? So like imagine our our bald eagle, right? Imagine we just changed that for an owl because the Illuminati, right? Venezuelans were like, yeah, tight. Who gives a shit? The white horse is looking right. Now he's looking left. Who gives a fuck? But it's
Yeah.
not about the symbol. It's about what it represents. It's about the fact that you don't give a fuck about the symbol. And now the biggest representation of this struggle, this crisis of identity, is the fact that everyone and their mother has a flag. Think about it, right? The gays have it, the blacks have it, the fucking Pakistan has it. Like, no, the Palestinians have it? Run Pakis. The Palestinians have their flag. The trannies have their flag. Like, everyone has their flag, and it's like we used to have one that covered all of us, right? But we don't. So we still want to be tribal. We still want to be, oh fuck yeah, this flag and my anthem, because now we have a gay anthem or something. Lady Gaga apparently, but it's so quick how people don't notice that those little things are just being like, oh yeah, just burn the flag. And it's like, I get it. You should have the freedom to burn it, but it's what it represents that you don't understand that what you're fucking burning. And that's what happened to Venezuelans exactly. Like they added a star to the flag and they were like, looks the same. It's still yellow, blue, and red, and it just has an extra extra star, who gives a fuck, right? And it just, they don't grasp the fact that it's like, no, you live in a different country now, you just fucked yourself. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's where we're going when it comes to America. All the parallels are there. Kind of suck.
Yeah, it's dangerous, and it's like, okay, well, unfortunately, you ain't voting your way out of this. Like, there's no way to like fix this politically, and
Yeah.
it's just like we were getting at with the wars and everything. Like,
Right.
we're gonna continue engaging in these wars. Like that decision has
Yeah,
been
there's
made. Like,
no two ways
like
around it.
yeah. So it's like, okay, well, with that in mind, we kind of have to make some decisions about how you actively live your life in this country. Like, are you just gonna be like a fucking piss on and just like accept that and like
Right.
continue to buy into it,
Right.
or are you gonna create your own space within this country? Like, a lot of people think that because I say like, oh, I'm an anarchist and all that, they're like, oh, BR hates America. It's like, no, dude,
No,
I fucking love America.
yeah,
Right.
I
The
hate this
idea,
government.
yeah, the
Yeah.
yeah,
concept, yeah, like the structure of it, it makes so much. I was telling you about how, like, the biggest black pill to realize nowadays is that our system of government sounds so good in paper, but then in reality, like when you actually see what happens, it's such a hindrance to progress, because now you have three branches of government that our founding fathers never could have imagined that would all become tyrannical or like bought out by foreign governments, right? So now you have Supreme Court justices that are fucking making decisions, or Congress fucking doing whatever, and they're all fucking with each other, and it's us down at the bottom that are getting fucked over because we don't get to move forward. We just get stuck on this like administrative, like political limbo where it's just like nothing gets done.
Yeah, a popularity contest where we choose who's enriching themselves on our behalf. It's like,
Right. And we
hmm.
fight about it.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I want this guy to go from having like a 400K a year wealth to I want them to be worth 300 million in a couple of years of being in office. That's my guy. I want him to be the one doing that.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a big black
Fantastic.
pill.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks.
It's like I love this country, but like all because you hate the government doesn't mean you can't love this country. Like
Right.
the two are two totally different things.
Right.
And,
Yeah, it's a shame that so many people think that you have to like you gotta respect the office. It's like, no, the fuck I don't.
yeah, it's like what like 30% of the population voted for this guy. It could be 99%. I don't care.
Right.
Like it's always the same kind of fucking wiener.
Yeah, and they are completely un-American. I mean, most of them are a lot of them are half Israeli according to their
Yeah.
passports.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, why the fuck would I respect that at all? Like they use all of this window dressing to propose that they are like pro American, and it's like it's all so fucking hollow. It's just like the Venezuelan national identity, like the dressing that all of these politicians wear is like just a cloak that means nothing. Like they wear all of these American symbols, and as they do so, they are perverting them so fucking much.
Right.
And
It's just a flag on a lower receiver. That's it.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a coin from the NRA that said, and you know what did it for me? It was COVID. COVID
Yeah.
was what did it for me.
Oh, dude, it
Because,
broke all of us.
Me too.
bro, the biggest thing that happened to me with COVID was the shot, right? Because like for the longest time, I was like, oh fuck yeah, science, Neil deGrasse Tyson, awesome, fucking all this shit. But then I see that Trump goes, okay, we're gonna go Operation Warp Speed. We're gonna come up with this vaccine, and then one side goes like I remember Nancy Pelosi going to Little China or whatever the fuck in San Francisco, and like everything's fine. Look at me, there's no need to shut down the borders. And it's like, motherfucker, oh, okay, I guess maybe she has a point, who knows? But then the beauty about it is that he goes and says, okay, we're going to make this vaccine. Then one side goes, I'm not fucking putting anything that motherfucker comes up with in my body, because my body, my choice, right? And then 1 month fucking later, another administration takes over and goes, oh, hey, by the way, spaghetti vaccine. And everybody goes, oh, shit, that's the stuff. And then the other side goes, fuck that. And in my head, I'm sitting there and going like, is anybody else seeing this shit right now? Because like
Yeah.
we just traded. It felt like such a weird cognitive dissonance moment where it was just like, I just like defaulted to not getting it because I'd rather not. Because
Yeah.
what if one of the sides is actually right about this shit being bad for you? Turns out it was. But well, maybe we probably can't say that on fucking.
we have.
I used for a brief period. Spotify's actually pretty based, and they're really the only platform I care about. They can wipe us off of anything else. But like
Yeah.
during COVID, there was like maybe like 4 months where we would get like little COVID warnings anywhere we mentioned COVID, which
Yeah.
is like crazy because it's like that's what's going on right now. I'm fucking
Right.
talking about it, but it would
Right.
give like a little warning no matter how it was mentioned. So I started to put like a little Tom and Jerry, like Tom sneezing over the mention of it, and then eventually those warnings went away.
Yeah. So
I s-
yeah.
Yeah. So
Now we can talk about ivermectin and all that shit.
yeah,
That's
you
good.
can say whatever the fuck you want.
No, it's that really is what did. I mean, obviously the Benghazi thing and Hillary thing because it affected me personally, contracting and all that shit. It was like, hey, this is not like what like fuck, man. If I would have done half of what she did, I would not be talking to y'all right now, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm up there when it comes to like the access of shit that I had, and it's like the fact that she was able to set up a private classified server. In her, like, you know how fucked up, like, I'm qualified to build skiffs, right? It's called ICD 705. So you have to study this fucking thing that tells you how many panels of soundproofing and 2x4s to build a skiff to make it so, like, you're ICD 705 compliant. So that way you can build a skiff and talk about what Israel wants to do with our foreign policy. So,
hey, so the masters have new plans for the goys.
so fuck, man, the fact that she was able to bypass all, man, and the exam was a bitch, like taking that exam was a bitch. The fact that she was able to bypass all that shit and then just set it up like in the corner of her house, like that's when I was like, and you know what's funny, like the FBI Comey just came up with the decision letter or whatever. It's like, I remember it clearly. It said something like, if anybody else under these exact same circumstances would have done this, that's not to say that they would have not been penalized or, you know, held accountable administratively or whatever the fuck. It was such a beautiful way of saying like, yeah, but not you.
No, she's fine actually.
Just don't think about it, you know, like don't fucking do it. That's one of those are the two things that just kind of make me just like, man, black pill like a motherfucker, where I was just like, oh man, at the highest levels of national security, I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. And I'm still doing it, but you kind of understand what's happening now. Thankfully, now I'm on a field that's a little bit better. It's more along the lines of space exploration. It's a little bit fun, right? I'm not in the military industrial complex per se,
Tell
but
me
it's
about the space lasers.
yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah, there's so much shit that's interesting about the Space Force. Actually, since I mentioned Buckley, there's a good because for the longest time I couldn't talk about it because obviously, but there's a good YouTube video about what Buckley is. They allowed this fucking YouTuber guy to just walk in and actually see inside the 4 big white balls, and it's pretty trippy. Yeah, so if you guys want to see it, it's one of our biggest intel sites in the country. It's very important, really cool.
Do they store pee in the balls?
We'll get that declassified in like 50 years.
The
It's
people
like squirting.
must know.
Is squirting pee? I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a shit show, man. But hopefully this was not a depressing episode because
I think not at all. Actually, this
No,
is
no,
fascinating.
no.
not only do you have to listen to my nasal voice, which sucks as it is, and my
You
accent,
have
but
the
then
voice for this. I disagree.
And the people have to deal with our accents, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know,
we do have 3 accents. That's fucking funny.
Yeah,
you should hear this fucking show when we have an Australian on with us.
Australian
fuck.
and an Irish guy.
Yeah.
no.
Oh, dude, we still haven't had Irish Lucas on with Al, so
We need that to happen.
Do you guys still talk to Chris Winky, the Australian sniper I told you guys about from back in the day when you guys did the sniping guide?
Oh,
You remember him?
Oh shit, we should get in touch with him.
Dude,
yeah, I was gonna say that
he's one of the scariest motherfuckers ever. Like he worked for Applied Ballistics for a while, and I took him to the. Oh, by the way, I have a secret range spot. I can take you guys outside of Vegas for SHOT Show.
Hell
It's
yeah.
the secret like influencer spot.
Wait,
where, like,
is
there's,
it
like,
the maybe
the-
censor this yeah we've been
Yeah.
filmed
damn
it there.
it! Yeah, we filmed there.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
tight.
fucking
Okay,
I love that place.
yeah.
I'm still gonna censor it because no one's taking our spot.
Yeah, no fucking way.
Yeah. So I took Chris there, bro, and it's funny because he was shooting this loophole optic, and you know how there's like a steel plate like 700, 800 meters out or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. And this guy goes, it's like, oh, I'm going to try to take a shot. And like he fucking nails it. And it's like, and then he's angry because it's like, oh, this fucking loophole is a piece of shit. Because he hit, like, someone was like, he hit here and then he wanted to hit there. And it's like, just shut the fuck up. Fuck you.
Yeah.
He's, man, he's fucking crazy. He's a fun dude. I met him at a PSD course in Arkansas,
Oh shit.
out of all places, dude. Yeah, it was ran by some SBS guys. It's pretty fun.
Huh.
Yeah, your guys.
Yeah, I didn't know we got out and taught people shit. I
Yeah.
thought they just I thought the only Brits in this country in the industry was me and Christian Craighead.
He's a good dude, apparently. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a link so you can tell me if they're legit or not. It was a fun, man. It's a good. If you guys want to take a PSD course, it was pretty fun. I'll send you a link to it so you can check it out. That's where I met him. It was fun. But yeah, hopefully this wasn't too depressing.
No, not at all.
Venezuela
No.
is a heck, dude. They're really good food and the women, bro. Honestly, we didn't get to touch on the horny.
Yeah, I'm sure the Marines are delighted at
Fuck.
the prospect of going to war with Venezuela
Yeah,
and
dude.
occupying for the next 20 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if they sold empanadas at a PX rather than those bullshit tornado taquitos or whatever the fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, empanadas are the way to go.
Well, dude, it's funny because like with the makeup of the DoD, just a lot of those dudes would be going home. Like you just go like a generation or two back, or not even that far, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, like my grandma's from Venezuela.
That's so fucking funny.
How many Ramirez's are going to be sent back to fucking Venezuela?
Yeah.
Bro, I was legit tripping balls because I, like, when I was interviewing for the fucking 3 letter, they, when I mentioned the fact that I spent time there, they were like, just give us 3 years on the blue side, because I was applying to be a police officer. And then they were like, but we really want to touch up on that. And man, that was an uncomfortable ride to the hotel, because I was just like, they want to send me to Venezuela. This sucks.
What do you
But
think
even
about going? We need you for one last job, Jorge.
Bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. And you know, it sucks too, because like, even if I wanted to go there, I feel like I couldn't, because like the military runs their airport down there. So if they somehow find out, whatever, right? Like social media, OSINT, who knows? They'll disappear you. And then it's like, are we gonna get into like, well, maybe, who knows? Maybe that would justify the invasion.
We need to rescue Jorge.
But see, you know what? That's the Silver Corps thing didn't do it, and it was a bunch of Green Berets and some fucking army cats, and it's like, why would they rescue me? But who knows? Man, honestly, look up that documentary. That was. I would like to hear your professional military brief on the after action report on that shit show.
Yeah, I'm
Ah.
curious.
Jesus, yeah, yeah. Venezuela. Oh, so you wanted to know what good places to visit in South America?
Yeah, is that because I've only been to Egypt in the Middle East. I would like to go to more places, but it seems to just remain hairy. But I'll probably end up there at some point. But
Yeah.
I would also love to do South America.
My dad is from Uruguay, and he's funny because he's like a big time politician over there. He he sent me a letter the other day. He was like, Che Jorgito, there's a new ambassador for America. I'm gonna tell him that you work for NASA, and then if I get killed, then to just contact you, because like he's doing some sort of shit like corruption thing, and like he's on TV and stuff. So he sends me links of him going like, they're poisoning our waters and whatever. I was like, God bless him, but it seems like he's a little crazy. But yeah, it's Uruguay seems like it's a nice place. It's a huge white population. Not that it matters. It does. Um, but Argentina, I've heard, is good too. Chile might be relatively safe. And if you want to risk it for the biscuit in Colombia to get some mommy call you a papacito, that's in my plans, bro. I'm looking at Medellin, bro. I'm gonna send you a video of the videos that I'm saving on my phone. It's like, papacito. I'm like, fuck me. Yeah, it's either that or Vietnam. That's the other place I'm looking at.
Vietnam would be cool too. And I
Yeah.
mean, we lost the war, so they don't give a fuck. They're like, ha, coming back, loser.
My dad loves visiting Vietnam, which makes me not want to visit Vietnam.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
I've heard it's good. Like Da Nang is a good place. Thailand is another place that I've been thinking about. Malaysia, oddly enough, because obviously I'm
Yeah,
gonna lose my
I
clearance
enjoy
at some
Malaysia.
point.
I've been there a bunch.
Yeah, I've looked at Kuala Lumpur, and I don't know. eventually I'm gonna lose my clearance. So tomorrow I have my interview to see if I'm gonna get if I'm gonna get it renewed. So it's gonna be like, all right, bro. Obviously this is gonna come out whenever it comes out. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, tomorrow's gonna be an uncomfortable 5 to 6 hours of just sitting there going like, why do you have so much debt? And it's like, I don't know. Fucking you
I live in America, motherfucker.
ask our
It's-
politicians, you piece of shit.
It's the only thing that makes them happy is me being in debt.
It's
Yeah.
mostly pizza and that alien pistol, bro.
That,
We
that
gotta
pistol's
shoot that.
very cool. We should shoot
Bro.
that at SHOT Show.
Honestly, I can bring it. Yeah. And if you guys ever want to come out to the match that we have here in Fort Morgan, please. It's so much fun. And
I would like that.
PCSL in Salt Lake City. I got Zach Smith and all our boys down there. That would be fun. PCSL is it's much better than USPSA from what I understand. There's
Hell yeah.
vibes.
I would like to. I'm not going to poo-poo on USPSA. I just like my friends here that do USPSA. Some of them are a little too about it, and it kind of freaks me out.
Yeah, BR was saying that you had your first comp not too long ago.
Little schizo shoot.
Yeah, we had the schizo shoot here, which was great. We basically just set up like a USPSA style scoring, like hit
Yeah,
factor.
Okay.
baby's first comp kind of.
Baby's first comp.
But like, you can show up and be as autistic as you like. As
Yeah,
you are
it
on
had like
Discord.
we voted for the best contest, and there was a fella there that
Yeah.
was dressed in like full flecktarn with an Israel flag and a yarmulke with a little propeller
Stupid
on it.
Jew.
Yeah, he was like the ultimate self-hating Jew, I think.
Oh, that's funny.
Gosh, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I didn't actually get to. I shot a couple of the stages, but for the most part, I just like ran around and made sure people were fed and watered.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah,
that
but-
makes it so they want to come back.
Yeah, I've run a couple like IDPA comps and stuff like that here, mostly with old guys, and I feel bad.
Well,
bad.
it's IDPA, right? So isn't
Yeah,
that like
Very, very. Like everyone has a lot of fun. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I just like want to find a nice, comfortable middle ground where it's like cool people who don't take it too seriously, but
Right.
also you're not running laps around dudes that like are shooting, a $250 handgun that they shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. When we went to Two Gun Nationals in Colorado, like I got to shoot our Sand Viper for the first time.
Yeah.
That shit felt like cheating, dude, because it was like an 8-inch gong at 25, and I think I must have had hammer follow through because that shit felt like 3 rounds in like 0.10 or some shit like that. Like
Yeah.
the boys, they run their triggers like very very light, almost like
Yeah.
scary light.
That would make sense, with like, oh gosh, it's fucking cool though. I want to get into the high end 2011 game. I say as I have I'm a starving artist with a billion things, and I can't exactly like wheel and deal and trade my labor for a Fowler or a Terran Sandhawk or whatever.
Yeah.
But they are very cool to me. Like I really do like the engineering that goes into it.
Dude, you know how emotionally invested I'm in with my alien. Like it's basically
Very.
75% of
And
my
that-
personality.
You've had that alien for years. Like
Have I told
Yeah.
you
showed
about my
me that
alien?
thing with like stars in your eyes.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
3 years ago.
It's like my
And-
child.
Yeah.
More people have shot that thing than me. Straight up. Yeah. So I'm gonna shoot it on the 20th for this match that we have. It's but dude, it goes to show, like, even though this is like $5,000, it's great. The design is fucking incredible. It's like I've heard it being called an upside down P7, like an HK P7 or something like that. It's like a piston driven something, whatever. Like I forget,
Yeah.
the piston delayed blowback or something.
Yeah, it's a short stroke gas piston, I'm pretty sure, just crammed into a handgun.
There you go.
Yeah.
So still, dude, fucking when I shot the Pit Viper and the Sand Viper, it was like I'm trying not to be biased, but it was one of those things where it's like the first time you just like you go, oh fuck, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Like if you like, you know what we should do in Vegas? Let's go rent some Lambos and Ferraris, and then. And this is dude, it's the best analogy because I drove the Lamborghini first. It was a Lamborghini Gallardo or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that, I drove a Ferrari, whatever the fuck. And I have never felt like the biggest piece of shit because I drove the Lambo. I was like, that was fucking awesome. And then I drive the Ferrari and I go, the Lambo was a piece of shit. Like it legitimately felt like dog shit. And that's kind of like the comparison between Like the
I
alien
will
is
I will
amazing.
do it with you. I will preface I'm both an Asian driver and not really a car guy. But as long as we can, do some hood rat shit out the window of it, I'm very down.
Dude. No, it's cool because they put you on this like simulator before you do it, and then
Yeah.
my co-pilot was a South African guy, so he was just like telling me like slow down, fucking accelerate here, and when they tell you to like brake, you have to
Yeah.
slam on the brakes. It's fucking awesome. I don't know why I
Yeah.
went on that rant, but okay, the analogy of the guns, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we should do that. Shot should be fun. I just gotta figure out what to do with my dog.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
curious because like every shot, I'm so busy, I never end up having fun. This year, I want to like kind of
That's the whole
slow it
point.
down a little.
Dude, like maybe you need to roll with us because like we'll do the booth appearances and shit, and then we'll go to like Top Golf or fucking revolving sushi or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's
Just
always worth it.
yeah.
I just don't go to the parties because I don't like midget strippers.
I go to the
uh,
parties. I don't go to the
mi-
stripper parties, but I do like try it. Usually, a cohort of my friends are going, so like we'll go see Agency. We'll usually go to the Cry one.
Yeah,
Like it, we'll go see the friends, but generally we'll show up late and leave early, kind of thing.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we have a bedtime. Art and War has an early bedtime at
I'm a
Shot, or
sleepy
we
boy.
try to,
Yeah.
and then we get back at 2, and we hate everyone.
Yeah,
Like, damn it, they tried to make us have fun. Fuck.
Dude,
yeah,
it's like 20,000 steps a day. And that's if you actually give a fuck and want to check out the booths.
Yeah.
Like, and you're hauling equipment like I do. Like, I'm carrying a cinema camera and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
And it's like,
poor Phil's following us around with like 50 pounds of camera equipment.
no, you
yeah,
got to get the trolleys. You
The
see
trolleys.
the little cart thingies that like people get like run your foot over with all the swag and stuff. Those
yeah.
are lifesaver when it comes to media shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shot should be.
we're slowly learning how to do it properly.
Is this
Yeah.
your second or third?
This
This would be my fourth, I think, maybe fifth.
Fourth. Okay.
Yeah,
if I
Okay.
end up there, this would be my third. I'm probably not going to be there this year, sadly.
Oh,
But
fuck.
um, but sadly, maybe I don't know. It's really just a good like networking opportunity, and aside from that, like
Big
the show
time.
itself, like with love, there just ain't anything that like grabs you. It's like
Right.
this is a lot
Yeah.
of money to spend for an industry that is like slumping right now. Like
Right.
I can't think
this
of a
could have been
single
an
thing that I
email.
remember from last year. Like
Right.
I cannot fathom seeing an item that I'm like, oh, this is new, this is cool. Like I think the SA80 was like the only thing, and I only
Mhm.
think I registered it because you were really excited about it. And
Yeah,
now you have
yeah.
one.
Yep. It was just my
Oh, yeah.
rare like moment of autism.
Yeah.
Feeling about the AKB-23. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this is cool. I found something in show I like. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Oh shit. This never happens to me.
It's happening.
Yeah, it was like that, and then some Steiner like optics and lasers that they
Yeah.
like. I'm glad I didn't get too excited about those because I think the civilian version of their lasers is still unavailable. They were like, which
Atlas?
understandable, huh?
The Atlas.
Ah, fuck, I forget.
From Steiner.
Yeah, whatever Steiner's new lasers were, they were like super low profile. I was like, this is really neat. It's a
Yeah,
tiny
I think that's the
module.
Atlas. You can actually buy it at a local shop to me.
Oh shit. Yeah, they were when I asked, like they were Mill and Ellie only. I was like, that of course, like those guys gotta fund the fucking thing, and then you can open up the low power shit to civilians. If one falls off a truck before then, killer, but ain't gonna happen.
I,
Yeah.
I felt bad because there was this company from Spain, from Zaragoza. They they were serving Iberian ham. Like I always try to make it so I can just have some because it's like fucking tasty. But these guys are some of those dipshits that make smart guns, right? So um, they make smart guns. So like the ones that have like the halo counter in the back for like all the rounds that are left in the mag and whatever.
yeah.
So they make that kind of bullshit. And I remember I either broke one of their what I thought was a prototype. I have the video of it because I'm like trying to load it and see how many rounds there are in it. And it's like, oh, it's not working. It's like, yeah, we shot it a lot in the range. And I was like, so you just told me that your shit breaks when you shoot it a lot in the range on camera? So then I try to give him an out and I'm like, it's just a prototype. It's like, no, this is actually out and we sell this. I'm like, fuck, dude, help yourself. Then they have this other pistol that's like you carry like some Bluetooth or like some sort of like RFID bullshit that's in contact with your skin, and when you hold the gun, it closes the circuit, and allows you to shoot the pistol.
Oh, God.
And yeah, it's fucking stupid because all I did was like, okay, oh, cool. So say I'm a cop in Alaska and I'm wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Go. And then he just goes, like, bro, it was like the most Spanish face. And it's like, oh, madre mia. It's like, you didn't think about that? And you sell this to law enforcement, bro?
No, we
Yeah.
were having siesta. We didn't get to that part.
Que
yet.
hostia, tío.
Well, rare BR racism moment.
Against the Spanish, always.
Oh,
That's very reliable. They're
I'm
lazy and get
Spanish.
nothing done.
It was a different empire. You know, you're
Yeah. I gotta have some colonial pride. Fuck the Spaniards.
yeah.
That's fair.
With that,
Yeah.
we should start wrapping up here.
Let's
but,
call it.
Jorge, we do have Nathan. Are you gonna hit him with yours?
We don't have to, but we can because it's quick. It's quick.
All
But we'll
right.
get the dad advice first.
Oh,
right.
fuck. I forgot
Yep.
about that. You're right.
Oh yeah. It's I
It
said
never
it's the
ended.
only
Shit.
gotcha question Arden
That's-
has.
It's
Dad
still a
advice.
constant. Oh, you know what? There's back in my days when I was on my meme shit, someone said something to me that fucked me up psychologically. They said, "Hey, Brobs, don't carry the weight of having an answer." And it fucked me because it was like I'm always trying to like explain shit, like this whole Venezuela thing. It's like I'm sounding the alarm. Hey, this sucks, right? And this person, God bless you, whoever you are, if you're listening, say, hey, man, just stop trying to like always have an answer to things. Just don't carry the weight of having an answer. And I don't know. It just took a weight off my shoulders in a way. It kind of felt nice. I was able to sleep that night after I jerked off.
I think that's something basically every man needs to hear.
Right.
We do be explaining a lot,
Right.
even when we don't have a fucking clue what we're talking about.
Yes.
It's like
We
affect
give
your,
we give it a damn good go.
Yeah.
like worry about your immediate surroundings and don't carry the weight of having an answer for the bullshit because it's okay to not be okay. Shit's getting crazy. We were talking about that.
Real,
Yeah,
very
on the
real.
real.
Long
It's
as, long
good-
as you're like doing your best for your people, like, hey,
Fuck, that's all that matters. It's hopefully, man. It sucks that I'm not gonna be able to see you at shop, but hopefully I can make it and we'll send you pictures and get you all the swag. Are you still into swag or have you? Because I
Brother,
can't anymore.
I have envelopes full of patches from Shot Show 2024.
Yes, I got your envelope full of the kill litterbugs things, and I've been thinking.
Oh hell yes.
I honestly I might break my embargo on like bumper stickers to put
Yeah.
the ATF like don't ask what happened in Ruby Ridge in Northern
Oh
Idaho.
yeah.
Like, I
Commander
might
Store-
just put that on my car.
Asher from Commander Store gave me that.
That's
at
fucking
goals,
awesome.
and I finally got it to you. Sorry, Asher. I did see Nathan physically in between. I'm pretty sure I had it in my rifle.
That's
case,
so
and I
fucking
didn't
funny.
give it to you because I'm an idiot.
It's
but
okay. I really like it. I think that and kill litterbugs are going to go on my Prius. It's just like the very schizophrenic Prius.
the Ruby Ridge sticker on a Prius in Idaho is just beautiful. So,
Dude, I brag about your Prius to everybody. It's just such a like low vis solution. I fucking love that.
Dude,
It's so
I love
good.
it. I can count the amount of times I've been pulled over on one hand, and most of those times I deserved it. Like I was doing something kind of egregious. People don't look. People don't look. And the one time someone looked and saw a back seat full of like enough arms to liberate a small coastal South African country, they thought it was awesome. So
Yeah.
Like, oh, neat.
Yeah.
With the fucking Canadian license plate.
yeah,
Yeah, I was worried about you driving through the East Coast with all that shit.
Oh, dude,
Fuck.
yeah, no, the low vis, dude. I'm
Yeah,
not
Nathan-
going to talk about on air how I got through Boston, but I will tell you when I see you.
I'll just say this. Nathan basically did like a fully United States scavenger hunt of things that he was owed or owned that were on the other side of the border.
Bro, and you dropped gifts too. Like you left
Yeah,
me like
he
a
did.
belt and shit. Like you hooked me up. That was awesome, man.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
anytime. It was
Yeah.
just good to-
Nathan just rolling through the US on absolute king shit. All right, I have 3% left of my charge on my
All right,
computer
guys.
Okay,
because I'm an
okay.
idiot and I didn't bring
Send
my
it.
charger.
Yeah.
But Nathan, did you have anything?
Oh yes. Lastly, and we got to do this really quick.
Yeah.
Book, movie, music recommendations. Some sort of media.
Holy
What are you
shit.
listening to? What are you watching? Just give us something.
Fuck music. There's this. If you're into the emo shit, surprisingly, I'm an elder emo. Static Dress. It's a good. They're actually from the UK. I just took pictures for them. If you see it on my page,
sick.
there's some pictures of that show. Static Dress, movie. Shit, I like Leon the Professional.
Hell
That
yeah.
it's a good one. It's a classic. And then what was the other one?
It was one. You could choose one of all of those things. I can't
Oh,
remember.
fuck,
What else
okay.
it was. Like
Definitely.
a book or something.
Yeah, definitely Static Dress. And if you need to read a book, On Combat by Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman is a classic.
Yeah, I have
it's
that.
a
And
classic
On
read.
Killing, both are good books. They're heavily disputed.
Yeah.
Just take things from them, and
Grain of salt.
yeah. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt, regardless. But they're really good reads. But yeah, thank you,
shit,
Jorge,
dudes.
for coming on. This was way overdue. So
It's, like 3 or 4 years overdue. So
Yeah.
no, great to chat with you, man. I'm
Good
sure it'll
times,
be not too long before we do it again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, while we were talking, I installed my scope switch just because
Nice.
devil makes work of idle hands, and
You wanna
I
jack
can't wait to
off the
jerk
gun.
off this rifle.
Yeah.
But
boy.
in all seriousness, the V2 fucks. I'm not paid by Flux at all.
They're the ones that make it?
Yeah.
Well,
They're sister companies with Antimatter. So,
Oh fuck, okay.
yeah.
Fuck,
no,
I haven't checked it out. I'm gonna have to check it out, chat. Let
the
me know.
screws are way beefier than the first version. And it's
Fuck yeah.
like 30% cheaper, I think.
Hell yeah.
Like
That's awesome.
no
We're
no
like-
affiliation. I actually just think this thing's fucking cool, especially for shooting off like a tripod or a barricade.
We're like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up.
I just like
Yeah.
they're just neat. It's just neat.
No, that's awesome, dude. I love
All
it.
right.
Fuck
so
yeah.
with that spurging, thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Jorge, for being here. And until next time.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
Okay.